disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
He just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Well, welcome everybody to NBD Boxing Podcast. Broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's your good friend, Mr. BDA, and that's right, I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one. Fellas, in this episode, we've got a fantastic one for you because we had, I guess some people would say, an eventful night of boxing or an eventful set of fights in the sense that a lot of the top fighters underperformed, but there was also some excitement, some news, some moments, conditions. And I gotta tell you, it did set the conditions for some surprising results. Nevertheless, we're gonna talk about all of that plus more. Now, before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. You can also join the BDA membership program. That way you get more bang for your buck. You can also join the Patreon for free or for as little or as much as you want. We get some free content there. You can also donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. But the most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that BDA gospel. By the way, I think it was in the before last episode. Let me check when was it. When we were watching the Garcia versus Ben face-off. Yeah, I believe that was it. We ran into some copyright issues, so we had to cut that part off. However, do not worry. I believe, unless there's a change of plans, but I think we're going to be editing that part and posting it as a standalone video, either on the main channel, and if not, we'll let you know if it's on the Discord. Either way, you should be checking the Discord just in case whenever we upload free content. So shout out to all of you guys out there for joining us. Really appreciate it. The most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, you spread that BDA gospel. And I'm talking about all of the great people out there. Fu TV in the house. Shout out to Fu. Hopefully he jumps on. I'm going to start sending some invites in a couple of seconds. SJW, Joker's Wild, MLO, Bulbous World Order, Dennis from Boston. Shout out to Dennis. Good to see him back. Team Batman Boxing. Shout out to Team Batman Boxing. Starboy, Dark Hay Dog, one of the initiated. Phil Miles, Grim Reaper, Theological Handyman, Body Love, Jump Tube. Who else we have here? Sid Boxing FU. I don't know. Is that another FU, by the way? Is it Sid Boxing FU or Sid Boxing FU? Inquiring minds would like to know. Shout out to Rafael Garza, another one of the initiated. And shout out to Earl Stevens. Shout out to Earl. Shout out to Earl. And Earl coming in with a super chat. And Earl says, time for BDA to take down his Errol Spence poster. Well, first of all, there's no time for that because there's no poster. in the BDA domain. Let me tell you, there are no. In fact, I'm actually like a Protestant. There's no decorations or anything. I'm a low maintenance 21st century male. When women come over and they see that I got not even a bed, just one of those inflatable mattresses, maybe a little TV just to keep up with what's going on, the ham radio station, of course, with all my survival gear, and of course the computer so that I can continue to monitor the situation. But there are no Earl Spence posters, believe you me. But shout out to Earl for that. What I will be posting though on the wall though, maybe a couple of artifacts that I get while I'm on the true road, the true path of the Crimson Cross. You never know what you're gonna encounter there. So I might start showing off a couple of those things there, just to let you know that I ain't faking. Shout out to Triple G Goat. There's some cottonmouth. I think that's what it is. Weird symbols there. And a whole more people to come. And shout out to Earl Stevens for his contribution. Really appreciate it. Let me invite a couple of people here and see if anybody wants to jump on. Because there was a lot going on, man. We had bare knuckle fights. We had... What else we have? We had from Saudi Arabia. Well, I'm surprised, by the way, that they actually allowed that event to go on, the Saudi Arabia one, because there's a lot going on in the Middle East right now, particularly in the around the Gulf Arab area. A lot of it's a very explosive situation. So I'm surprised that they did the event there, which makes me and leads me to believe that the Canelo and Billy fight will probably take place there as expected or as planned. And by the way, now they changed the date. Reported date of October the 30th. I think even 31st, right? I think they said October the 31st. That's smack damn Halloween. That is Day of the Dead, timeline there. Period. That's very interesting that they would hold the fight at that moment. Now that Canelo's career is on the decline and probably his abilities as well, is somebody trying to tell you something?
Did you bring in the chicken?
Did you bring in the chicken? I sure did. I bring home the bacon. That's what I bring because I'm a man. That's Food TV, by the way, jumping in.
I brought in, don't worry, I brought in the chicken.
You brought in, what type of chicken? Roasted chicken, all ready to eat, or did you buy some raw chicken?
No, we had some chicken for our dogs that that was outside of the house and it was really late. So I brought it in at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
The hell that's what I'm always curious about. Fu, he's one of the I don't like to pry, but Fu is one of those people yes,
I was watching the boxing. That's what happened. I was watching freaking boxing and the chicken was sitting out on the porch.
He goes out there and buys chicken at 1 in the morning. I am very curious about Food TV's lifestyle.
When did you buy it?
2 in the morning.
Nah, it was earlier, but then. No, whatever.
Phil Miles says you guys are doing some brujeria with the chicken. Yeah, you're doing some santeria, Puerto Rican type stuff, man, with the chicken bones.
No comment.
Hey, by the way, we had yesterday. Shout out to Fu for joining us here on this weird time. The reason why we're doing it at this time, by the way, is because we got Zuffa fights later on in the evening, and so I didn't really want to do it.
It's going down. The return of Berlanga.
Yeah, and apparently that that event did not sell well at all. Did you ever plan on going there? Because I know that's your neck of the woods there in New York.
Oh, of course I would. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't going to go there for that.
The ticket sales.
So where is it happening?
That's a good question. New York. But I forget the exact venue. Let's see here. It says July, New York, Paramount Plus. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really say. I'm going to check it out. But, I mean, I imagine the prices would be pretty low. So you might be able to get in there.
Oh, maybe I could grab some tickets. Yeah, you're right.
It's at the theater at Madison Square Garden.
It's happening in MSG. Yeah, that's not going to be cheap.
No, believe me, they've been really struggling with the sales. If you show up last minute, I'm pretty sure you can get some decent price tickets over there. I mean, come on, wouldn't you pay money to see Berlanga?
I'll go check it out.
And Hitchens, Hitchens, come on, you got to pay money for those guys.
Yeah, that's big money. I might spend a couple $1,000 on that.
if you don't go, Fu, you're gonna regret it the rest of your life, man. I'm telling you. Hitchens and Berlanga.
You're right.
You're gonna be like Mel Gibson the rest of your life, man.
50 years later, remember?
I got no friends because I'm an asshole. Like,
Said again, Berlanga.
That was sad when I never heard that part where he goes, "I got no friends because nobody likes me." He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" We got.
He seems like a likable guy.
He does
right?
seem like a likable guy. No, actually, I think
What do you think?
the rumor is he screams that he's.
And blow me.
The rumor
Smile
is
and fucking blow me.
the rumor is he screams at his
does
employees.
he mean that at the same time? He means at the same time? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Scream and blow. No, what? Smile and blow. Yeah, it's a challenge. Smile and blow me at the same time. Hey, real quick.
BDA's used to screaming, "No, please, no, no."
For me.
By the way, real quick, shout out to Starboy for his contribution with the super chat. He says that doctor that spoke on Spence on one of BDA's episodes was 100% right. It looked like Spence would have to lean in to throw his shots. 100% man down. Well, shout out to Starboy for his contribution.
I don't know. You know what I noticed last night? How much more sturdy Spence was. That's why I was telling people, if this guy Crawford actually fought that guy 154, I think the fight would have been different. I'm not saying he would have won, but it would have been a much more different fight. Because that guy was not frail. Like, he ate a lot of bombs, and he did not go down once. So that weight did help him a lot.
Hey, can I say something real quick? Just a disclaimer to the people out there. Normally, I keep the select comments, chat comments up in the upper portion of the screen, and every once in a while, I put in the Discord icons. I'm gonna have to do that today. I'm gonna have to just show the Discord icons because I can't tell when Food Talks and when we saw they sound exactly the same cadence, same almost identical tone. It's creepy, and I don't like it.
I'll change my voice.
Well, you know what, baby? I just put on a little extra for you then.
There you go. All right, fantastic.
Talk like Dusty Rhodes, baby.
I'll draw my voice.
What the fuck is that voice, man?
I was watching this fight last night with a Tzyu super fan, bro. He had the fucking little ponytail, rat tail on the back of his head too.
Is that right?
And we were really offended when we saw fucking Spence had the single dookie braid on the back, the fucking one dreadlock hanging.
Yeah, what was that, man?
What the fuck was that?
That was him mocking Costa Tzyu.
Yeah, maybe.
He really?
Yeah, of course he was. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was trying to channel him, It's like when Floyd wears like the Mexican flag. It's like this common thing you see now where they mock their opponent.
Yeah, tacitly doing
Yo, daddy,
it didn't work too well.
Yo, daddy had this dumb little shit on his head too. Now I got it. Hey.
Yeah,
I think Tzyu almost knocked it off.
I mean, you're right though. He hit him with some wallops, and Spence took him to his credit.
Loads of bombs.
Well, let's just recap. Yes, go ahead.
He hit him with more bombs than what's going on with Israel. What they're doing.
I was waiting for them to cut the fucking dookie braid off of the back like they do sometimes in the corner. Hey, you want to win the fight or you want to have a dookie braid? Which one?
Yeah, you know what? I was
got me.
I was on Frank's show on Friday or Thursday, I forget which day, and he was showing me the was it the PBC Countdown show? I can't even find it anymore, by the way. But he was playing it off of Twitter, and they showed Errol Spence in his ranch, and he's wearing overalls. Like it looked like he was naked and was just wearing overalls. It looked weird. It looked like something out of the 1800s. Like Never Sober always says, Bog Broken and all that. And I thought we were trying to do a subtextual reading of that video. Like they were trying to tell you something. You had to read between the lines. And yeah, it looked like, hey, Errol Spence is Bog Broken. And then they show him firing a paintball gun. And I said, they're showing you that he doesn't have bullets anymore. He doesn't have real ammunition. He's shooting blanks now. And it was just this whole thing where they were telling you from the get-go, hey, you're an idiot if you buy this. So let's just recap what happened for the people out there in case anybody didn't know or is unaware of what happened. Tim Tzyu ends up beating Errol Spence up by scores of 118-110. That was one scorecard of that. And then two scores of 117-111. Pretty decisive. And Tim Tzyu said, middleweight is my new division and I feel strong. Because remember, this fight was a 160. It was supposed to be at a catchweight at 155 or 156.
Yeah.
Changed it to 160.
That's not a good idea.
Tzyu told his home country fans that while keeping his family honor was something that was important, he also wanted to put on a hell of a show, he said. He said, I had sleepless nights thinking about the depths that I was headed, of what it's going to be like. But I beat a legend. He says, I beat a legend in Spence. He's one of the greats. So he called Spence a legend, guys. What do you think about that?
No, what's funny is
Smart.
last night I was looking at him and I was like, does this guy sleep? Like, he looks like he hasn't slept in days. And then you're saying that. So,
Wait, who you talking
sleepless
about?
nights to fight a. You said he had sleepless nights.
But yeah, that's
What
what
the
Tzyu
hell?
said. Yeah. I wouldn't say
That's
that
not
about.
good.
I wouldn't say that about another man. By the way, I had sleepless nights about him, and then he references depths. I go, I don't know. What is he trying? What is he trying to tell us now?
Oh, and he talked about his bun. He also talked about his buns.
Oh, yeah. That was weird. I wanted to. Okay, we're all over the place here, but I have to get to that.
Hot ass.
Jake Paul said that about Tyron Woodley. Remember, he says, "Oh, he's got cake" or something like that. And then some dude on the UFC said that Alex Pereira had a fat ass. Now we got Tzyu referencing Spence's ass. Well, guys, what is up with all these fighters talking about other fighters' asses?
Sleepless nights and looking at his ass.
No, see, I'm serious. What is this trend? Do they think they're being funny or something? Like they're being transgressive? Like, hey, I'm a man, but I'm so manly I can just talk about another man's ass, in a homoerotic way.
D-Hop said that the power comes from the ass. Remember that?
Who said that?
D-Hop.
Is that right?
Remember? Yeah. He was doing exercise for the media and he was sticking his ass out. I was noticing he was doing a little too much.
Uh-huh.
And he's all like, the power comes from the butt cheeks, from the ass.
Oh, well, he was in the pen, right? So, I mean, that's the first thing you think about.
That's what they told him in there. They told him he would throw it back hard.
He was throwing back.
That was his. In prison, yeah, the butt cheeks were his first line of defense. Man, that's right.
Anytime they come to shank him, he just turn around and stick his ass out.
I don't know where this show is going, but in terms of the fight itself, we had Tzyu. It started off a little slow. It seemed like Errol Spence was going to have some success early on, and then Tzyu just took it to another level, and Spence just was eating right hand after right hand. He would land a couple of good body blows, and he did the best when he was inside, when he was close to what's his name, Tzyu, and smothering his right hand. Didn't allow Tzyu to get that long right hand in, but then Tzyu started working the body, pushing him back. And it's interesting, the first thing that came to my mind too, and the mind of a lot of people, was, man, Spence, if a prime Spence would have been in there against Tzyu. But then Butcher brought up a good point. He says, well, Spence never fought a guy as big as Tzyu before. So yeah, I'm not saying that this was a prime Spence, don't get me wrong, but I do think people are overrating prime Spence a little bit too much as well, because yeah, like he never fought a guy who was as big, and not for nothing, but Tzyu, even though he's not a world beater anymore or anything like that, but he's still a pretty good opponent, and Spence just couldn't move him.
Man. Well, I think, Tzyu, even my friend who's a Kostya Tzyu super fan, he was disappointed. He did not like the performance from Tzyu, actually. And I think Spence did a little better than the scorecards gave him. I think they were just a touch wide, maybe a round or two. You could have given more to Spence, and it would have been, I don't know, how would the math break down on that? 8-4? 8-4 sounds fucking reasonable. We had fucking 10-2 and
it was 9-3, I believe, right?
9-3.
Yeah.
They weren't being very generous.
Spence was having success. I could tell that Tzyu wasn't super confident, even in the rounds that he was winning. It wasn't like a domination. He was kind of coasting through it himself. Even if he was having an upper hand, there was never a moment where it looked like, he's ready to just impose his will and fucking finish this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Opportunity slide.
First of all,
there's never like a sense of urgency with him, with Tzyu. He's like so slow moving and plodding. It's kind of weird. You see it, like he looks like he has no emotion at all. So come on, bro, get some pep in your step. What the hell?
Well,
he's lucky that Spence was emotion. When you fight like Tzyu like that, you get hit with stuff because he fights in this very like lazy kind of like he's invincible or something. Like, it's weird, very slow pace. Like you could see it, he's fighting like that, and you can get caught at any minute.
That's
like
a
he's
great
not
point.
slipping, or he's very like stoic.
That is a great, that's an excellent point there. Excellent observation. I've always likened him a little bit like you can tell he tries to fight like Gennady Golovkin, and which is not a bad thing per se, but it's just that if you wait too, like Golovkin could be extra patient because he could end it with one shot, or could actually wear you down with a couple of shots. This dude doesn't have that type of power. So like you said, he's waiting and waiting and waiting. And then on top of that, he's been knocked out before. He already knows what happens if you wait too much. Seems like he hasn't learned. In fact, Jeff Fenech, the 3-division world champion, Hall of Famer, was in his corner, and he kept yelling throughout the fight. His voice got hoarse from screaming so much. It's like, set it up, set it up. He kept yelling, set it up. And I'm thinking, did he ever set it up? I mean, he got him with some good right hands, but never really, like you said, and even the 12th round, there wasn't that much urgency. It's like, do you want to put an exclamation point on your performance or don't you?
And you see how Spence is coming over with that right hand? Like if Spence was a huge puncher, he could have caught him, maybe even knocked him out. Remember a couple of times you hit him with that shot, the overhand, and he rocked Tzyu for a second. So you really don't want to do that. You want to be like alert and slipping. You know, he comes in all stoic in a straight line, standing up tall. Like you keep doing that, you're going to get knocked out again.
Yeah, exactly. Too much waiting. I mean, look, he beat Errol Spence.
Too much waiting, yeah.
He beat a legend in Errol Spence, like he said. But he got the win. That was, you know, he's got 3 straight wins now against decent opposition. So good for him. Real quick in the chat, shout out to Theological Handyman. Shout out to Theological, who says, I'm so happy Spence lost. Now his fans can go back and hide. Spence has always been overrated. Tim carried him after the 4th round. Well, I mean, it certainly seems as if Tim carried him, but it seems like Tim carries a lot of people nowadays, the way he fights. It's just that, I don't know, you got to give Spence credit too. He was durable in there. He's always been durable. I mean, even look at the shellacking he took from Crawford, and he still didn't want to go. He was complaining to the refs, like, no, man, I can still go, man. Shit. So happy Spence lost, he says. I mean, yeah, his fans really came out of the woodwork during fight week. In fact, it was interesting because the last episode, we titled it McGregor Disaster Incoming. We were asking the question, and I mentioned the fact that a couple of weeks ago, we had that disastrous result with Conor McGregor's comeback, ill-fated comeback, and how he ended up injuring himself either before the fight or during the fight, whichever, but ended up in the first round. It was a disaster. And I was asking this, you know, people came out of the woodwork for that one too. It's like, oh, how could you pick McGregor after such a long layoff? And I was thinking the same thing with Spence. Are we going to be saying the same thing after the fight? Like, who were the fucking... Because I don't know if you guys saw, but the betting lines really narrowed on fight day. People were putting money on Spence, apparently.
Yeah.
So
it's good betting odds. My boy won a little bit of money. He got the nice, easy bet on fucking Tzyu to win. Got a little better than, 50-50, and fucking made some money back.
Well, good for him. Good for him. And by the way, Greg Terrible, shout out to him for his contribution via the super chat. He says Tzyu doesn't have box IQ and needs a new trainer. I don't know at this point what a new trainer is going to do. He's been shuffling through trainers nowadays. I think that you got what you got. You've got a good technician in there. He's got some physical abilities. But I hate to be redundant or to be stereotypical or use too many cliches, but it's the truth. He's the son of a famous fighter. He doesn't have the same hardline mentality of his father. For him, this was just... It appears that this was something to get into because, well, my father's got the name, and I don't know, for a variety of reasons, but he just doesn't have that mentality, like Fu said, to put pedal to the metal and say, okay, I want to really finish this. Yeah, I was talking to Frank on his show, and I was talking about Joe St. Pierre. He was on the MMA champion. He was was watching one of the old Ultimate Fighter episodes, and he was telling the fighters, okay, now we are going to taper off on training because we've done the training, and now we want to study technique and tactics because we want to put the artist in martial artist. I said, you know what? That's a good way of saying it. The artist in martial art. He says because that's what you're doing when you're giving a performance. It is an artistic performance. You're trying to paint a masterpiece, and it's how you do it. Tzyu won the fight, but against the guy who was coming off a 3-year layoff, he didn't exactly impress. In fact, I see a lot of people saying, "Hey, man, this dude, he must be shot himself if he couldn't take Spence out of there."
Yeah, but he always fights like that. He has the opportunity to put the guy away, and he's just plodding around, waiting. He has you right there. He just needs to throw a couple more punches, and he just stops. He throws like one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes he pieces it together. But when you look at his face, like he has like no emotion. When a guy really digs in and throws a hard punch, like he's not doing that. He's just like, bam. He doesn't drive through. His technique is good. He throws some heavy blows, but it's just not enough of it.
Well, my problem with Tzyu, when I say good technique, is he's got the ability to close the distance and push the guys back, which is not, a lot of guys don't know how to do that, by the way. They can fight on the inside. They just don't know how to get on the inside. Tzyu knows how to pressure fighters. I like that he's got a variety of different punches. But again, it's one punch at a time, very little urgency, and he still hasn't developed a good guard. He was getting hit with some slow shots from Errol Spence. I'm thinking, could you put your hands up a little bit, or could you do
And
that?
can
for
you
me?
move your head?
Yeah, exactly. Move your
He
head
doesn't
too.
move his head.
Stiff as a pole. This.
I mean,
this fella.
that's what's intimidating. It's like Jason Voorhees coming at you, but looks slightly Asian.
Ooh.
Yeah, except and you can knock him
I
out.
think we got a new nickname, the Intimidator.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
Nice,
I like
nice.
it.
Yeah, you should put that on a t-shirt.
Stupid.
It's good. What are you talking about? It's good.
Or as BDA would have said, the Enoldinator.
That's right.
I never said that. What are you talking about? But by the way, so real quick, what do you guys think about Spence? Because again, Tzyu called him a legend, and now that Spence retired, by the way, he ended up calling it quits. In fact, he said, returning, I answered a lot of questions for myself, but it's time to go home and start a new life. He says, I got my that's Crawford, by the way. I got my faculties
Sound like
intact.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I know. I did not have sexual relations. He says, I got my faculties intact. My money is good and my family is by my side. Everything's going to go well from here. So he's done. He's walking away. So what is his legacy? And what is his defining win? Looking back at his career.
Defining win?
It has to be going to England and beating Kell Brook, right?
The Brook fight?
Yeah, it has to be.
That's what I was going to say. Even though Brook was already broken and he broke his balls.
Oh.
All those ball punches.
Wait a minute. What's going on?
It's one of those ones, it's the best one if you don't look too deep on it.
That's probably the one.
I mean, look, he had a series of good wins.
Peterson was a good win, but no.
Kell Brook, Sean Porter, close fight, by the way. Danny Garcia.
I thought Porter won it.
All right, but
Garcia's kind of washed.
Okay, I'm just listing the big wins. I'm not saying that. And Ugas, he also beat up.
I think the Brook win is the biggest one for him.
Yeah,
I think he went to the UK. He was the first guy to beat him at the lower weight at 147.
Yes, that's true.
No one beat him before that.
He also
he
also stopped Chris Algieri because I think he became the first guy to stop Algieri. And he held him behind the head, by the way. Held him behind the head.
Yeah, he's
before.
also the first guy to stop Chris Van Heerden too.
Oh, there you go. And I'll still remember. Look, I don't know where they let anybody in the International Boxing Hall of Fame nowadays, so we'll probably get in one day, by the way. But they'll let Spence in. Don't you worry about that. My thing is, I can't help but wonder now that he's 36, he's done. Actually, you never know if he's gonna come back. These dudes, maybe in 2 years he gets an maybe in 6 months he gets an itch. I still got a lot left. But the other thing is that I can't help but look back at how hyped up people were after he beat Algieri, because by then he'd beaten Algieri, who Pacquiao couldn't stop him, and he'd also stopped Leonard Bondu and knocked him out really badly. It was a fantastic knockout, and Keith Thurman had gone 12 rounds against Bondu, and that was the peak of Errol Spence. Well, it wasn't the peak, by the way, but people were extremely hyped up, and then there were rumors that this dude was handling Mayweather in sparring. Spence, that is. So that was
those bug eyes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, what? Getting up those bug eyes.
What are you talking about?
Errol Spence's bug eyes.
No, he doesn't have bug eyes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he almost has showbiz eyes.
Nah, what are you talking about?
You looked at that guy's eyes.
He's the opposite of showbiz. He's got them almost closed. Like he's always swollen. Like he's always swollen or something. Like he's got bad allergies.
Well, he lost the lazy eye. Remember he had the lazy eye?
Right.
Yeah, got surgery.
Tevin Farmer?
No, Spence. Tevin Farmer's got a weird tick. You ever notice that? That tick, he goes...
Hurricane Hank in the chat says they both look drunk. I mean, I gotta tell you, they both look drunk. Casamigo says defining career moment was crashing the Ferrari. I gotta tell you, people aren't gonna answer us seriously, man. Uncle Brent apostrophe says, I got my faculties intact after 2 ass beatings, laughing MOG. Phil Miles says, Sean Porter. Phil Miles says that was Spence's claim to fame, sparring Mayweather. No, come on. I mean, he beat Brook. He went over to England. Grim Reaper says apparently he gave Mayweather a black eye. Yeah, that's all it takes nowadays in boxing. Whoa, he gave him a black eye. It's almost like what we were talking about the other day. He speaks Spanish, like Fu was saying about Conor Benn. What?
Did he give him one or two?
Look, he always has a black eye.
I couldn't tell.
Wait a minute. It's a Sunday show, guys. Come on.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, me and Fu fucking we were fiending to jump on that one.
I know you were.
Waiting for you to finish that sentence.
I know you were. That's why I'm thinking of just ending the whole thing right now before it gets any worse. So yeah, that's people are saying. It has to be the
It's better than giving him pink eye.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta tell you.
Ooh.
But
sorry. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, so look, the defining win for Spence has to be going to England and facing and stopping Kell Brook, although he was a compromised Kell Brook. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess you could say the guy was overrated, and he was being overrated. He was definitely being overrated after the Mikey Garcia win, when people were saying that nobody between 140 and 160. Actually, some people were saying, well, maybe Canelo and Golovkin have a shot. Maybe. That's what some people were saying. Not everybody, obviously, but there was a sizable portion of people saying that Spence was that good.
Errol Spence just beat up a featherweight. We got to stop playing around. Put him in
Actually, people weren't saying that back then, Sobers. People weren't saying using that. Guys, we got to stop playing. We got to stop playing. We got to stop playing. Sobers, what'd you make of Tim Tzyu beating up Errol Spencer?
Oh, well, I'm glad that you also brought up Keith Thurman almost, right? Because just like this was just like that Fundora ass whooping for Keith Thurman, this Tim Tzyu, he it's been a long time coming. He needed one of these big fishes from the PBC. They promised him a long time ago. He was supposed to fight Thurman, that didn't work. Whatever, he was supposed to fight this fool. You know, it was whispered a lot left and right. You know, Herky Jerk got knocked out by that Russian dude. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but then also Bektemir, right? No, I'm thinking about
Murtazaliev knocked him out, and Fundora.
Yeah, Murtazaliev, my bad, and Fundora, right? So it's good. It was good that I feel like Tim Tzyu kind of deserved a fight like this. You know, I know people were saying that Errol Spence was going to beat him up and whoop-de-whoop, but those were the same people that didn't accept that, you know, Crawford easily handled him. You know, they're the ones that were still doing that glove gate shit afterwards and saying something, put something in the water, and the stretches, you know, were, you know, whatever. The stretches he was getting from his trainer were just too much. He's getting stretched out.
Come on, man.
Trainer stretched him.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so no, the fight though, it was good for Tim Tzyu, and it just looked like a bigger guy fighting a tough, smaller guy. You know, I'll share a GIF in here, right, where they exchanged punches, and Errol Spence lands a good, clean punch first. And then Tim Tzyu responds, and only, you know, the way Errol Spence's body reacts, like it jerks all the way to the side, and Tim Tzyu's chin doesn't even move when he gets hit. So it looked like a more solid, just a stronger dude fighting like a weaker dude. You know, they didn't look, their size wasn't too different, but you could see Tim Tszyu was a lot stronger than him. And Errol Spence was letting his best shot every now and then, it was just enough to deter Tim Tzyu. Not really to stop him, because he was kind of just walking him down for most of the fight and picking his shots. And when he landed, you know, you could tell, because, you know, Errol Spence his body would react viscerally to it. And but I would say that about Errol Spence, you know, he has a lot of will. He does, you know, he did show toughness, dude, like mental toughness. Because
he got his chin back. He got his chin, bro.
Those punches, the way he was moving, bro. His head was snapping back, and his body, like, that was bad. His brain was bouncing all over the place like a pinball machine inside his little skull, you know, like inside of that skull. So it's like, he really had to will himself through that.
Bug-eyed skull.
He got started with the heads.
I want one more fight. He has one more in him. He has one more in him. I want to see Errol Spence in Dallas for pay-per-view versus Virgil Ortiz. Boom. Let's see it next year, January, baby.
That's
okay. I see what
that's the Never Sober's dream fight right there. He wants to see all these.
They can do that. They can do it.
He wants to see all these old PBC guys go out, get pulled out of the ring on a stretcher. Jesus Pardo, shout out to Jesus Pardo for his contribution via the super chat. He says Spence versus Thurman. The day the earth stands still. I mean, I gotta tell you, Jesus, that fight, it's like after Crawford, Canelo, all of a sudden, boom, things just died. People just lost interest for months after in boxing. It's the same thing here. This fight would drain boxing out of its energy. It would be too much. We wouldn't be able to handle it. It just would be too much, man. I mean, I don't know, man. But it's a good fight, Jesus. But you're being overly ambitious with that one. I'm telling you, it's probably wouldn't happen. It's too good to be true. That's all I'll say. The other thing I wanted to say, because, okay, we got to move on here from this Errol Spence thing, because we got a lot to get to, but Tim Tzyu always quite... what?
What else is there to get to?
Oh, there's a Anthony Joshua. We got a lot.
Oh, yeah. All right. One. Yes, a 1-2 punch. All right. We'll see what we got.
All right. Now we also have Tim Tzyu. Final words from Tim Tzyu post fight. He quite confident. I don't know. I think he got his confidence back. He has his groove back. Check out what he had to say. Hold on. You guys can hear it. Here's what he had to say.
Too fucking easy, homie. Motherfuckers looking for shortcuts and we're holding the highest self-standard. Shit ain't about luck. It ain't about talent, homie. It's about falling in love with the motherfucking process. Getting up every day and chasing that bitch with relentless aggression. Fuck them if they don't like it Friday. Let's get this fucking money.
I think by beating Spence, he started talking like it, Spence. That's interesting.
He took his
dude. It was the opposite. He did some whack shit. He went out there and he goes, "What's my mother?"
Oh yeah, and then
he does that though. He does that. That's his thing.
He didn't want to.
He's always done that.
And I will say this: look, I love that they do this. I don't know if it's No Limit or what. It's just in Australia, or maybe it's what's it called?
The Gold Coast Convention Center.
No, wait a minute.
Maybe it's exclusive to that. But I love the hellfire, bro. I love the hellfire that comes up in between rounds and when someone gets knocked out. And I love how it's like right in between the crowd. Like you could tell someone sitting right next to that shit.
Yeah, I always assumed that for some reason I kind of forgot. I thought it was on the corners of the ring. No, it's right in between the people. So what the fuck?
Yeah, this ain't Kane, baby. This ain't Kane.
Yeah,
and they shot it out the ring post.
Someone's gonna catch.
Dude, that shit. It's hot. If you've ever been in an arena where they do those fire jets, you feel a fucking heat wave flow through the arena. It's crazy.
Someone's gonna catch on fire like the Undertaker, and they're gonna sue, man. I don't know how it works over there in Australia with the lawsuits, but someone's gonna Tim Tzyu their asses. I'm telling you, it's gonna be weird, man.
Goodness. Hey, and you know what? They shot the fire off during the round at one point. I was like, damn, dude, you got to be a little more careful with that button. That's a little bit distracting, I think. You know, you're locked in.
Imagine being the person near that fireball.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost as if they're playing with fire. Now, the other thing is, the other thing we got to get to here is, hey, fellas, don't forget to hit the like. Really helps us out. And subscribe if you've yet to do so. I wanted to move on to real quick in chronological order. It was on Friday from Thailand. Tyson Fury ended up fighting the veteran Marius Wack. I think that's his first name. Yeah, Marius Wack, who is 48, I think. 46, 48.
Wacko.
He was Wack. You remember that when they used to call Michael Jackson on the
Wacko Jack.
Yeah, Wacko Jack. It was always funny.
I'm not a wacko. I'm not Wacko Jacko.
Yeah, that's what we called pedophiles.
Oh, wait a minute. PDFs. They
I'm
call
not
them
a
PDFs.
wacko.
But anyway,
Sunday, very Sunday.
Real quick, man. Tyson Fury ended up forcing Wack to retire. Somebody filmed because it wasn't broadcast anywhere. So somebody filmed it with their phone in the arena, and Fury didn't look all that great. He got hit with a right hand, then just slapped this guy around and forced him to quit. Then he planted a kiss on his cheek, I think, or I don't know. Some people were saying it was a mouth kiss. I don't know. I didn't want to see it.
It looked like the lips.
It looked like the lips, really.
Yeah. He couldn't help himself. He's so used to that, doing that kind of thing to guys.
That is disgusting, man. That is absolutely disgusting.
It looked like the guy who was fighting looked like the guy that sells the hot dogs in the stands.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on here?
Play my game. Yeah.
You know what was funny about the fight, BDA? That's the guy he's fought, Marius Wack. I believe his last fight before this with Tyson Fury was one of those freak show MMA fights in Russia where he was fighting 3 midgets.
Oh, that was him.
Really?
Oh, dear Lord.
Yes.
Interesting.
Wow. He has so little faith in his skills that he's fighting a guy in an untelevised fight. It's pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
If he's fighting, 3 midgets in an MMA cage, I guess Tyson Fury planting a wet one on his lips isn't the most outlandish thing, right?
Yeah.
Who is fucking Marius Wack? Is he King Kong Bundy wrestling 3 fucking midgets at one time? What is this?
Yo,
that's a lot of midgets.
The shape that both guys were in was really disgusting, man. And I don't know. So some people said, "Oh man, Tyson Fury looked horrible." Well, I mean, I know
he's some big guy hands.
Excuse me.
Sure, some of those clips. He was eating some big right hands in some of those clips I saw. Well, at one point he changed his positioning, and then the guy just came right over the top and hit him with this big right hand, and he did that to him multiple times.
Yeah, watching the fight, the little clips that I got here and there off of X, Tyson Fury, there's a reason why he didn't want this televised. He knew he was gonna look like shit. He was in there getting whacked up. He looked sloppy, lethargic, just like a fat blob, like a gelatinous fucking creature, just blobbing slowly around the ring. And Mario Swap was whacking him with right hands fairly easily. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. That fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, it looks 50-50 to me.
He just went there for the lady boys.
Oh.
Yeah, yo. Most guys end up going to Thailand for the lady boys, and they go all secret like, and they don't want nobody to know. Yeah, Tyson Fury went, and he went to Thailand all secret like to fight a fucking bum.
Yep.
He's in the airport with sunglasses and a trench coat. Oh, fuck. I hope nobody recognizes
look,
me.
you can't mistake him, right? He can't walk through the streets without people knowing who he is, right? He's like the tallest guy in the whole country.
Exactly. And he looks like a troll, like a cave troll. So, I mean, how can you miss him? Even if you put a cap on him or something, you're still going to say, hey, that's
a mask on him.
Look at that freakazoid. And it's interesting, man. It's interesting because they said that the fight was for them. All the money was going to charity. And I'm thinking, I don't know. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah. No.
Wait,
I don't
the
believe
money
it.
for this fight was going to charity?
Charity.
Allegedly,
His sister-in-law?
What's the charity?
Yeah, the charity was
Paris's sister. Yeah, she's doing pretty rough right now. Can't feed her kids.
I remember when
Her man just died.
He was doing a video there, and he goes like, "I'm buying ice lollies for the kids." I go, "Ice lollies? That's what they call ice. What do they call them over there in the U.S.? The ice popsicles? Yeah,
Wait, hold on. What the hell were you finna call them, BDA?
Icicles. I don't need that shit. Yeah, I don't need that shit. So I don't know what they're called, but. Yeah,
Icicle pops. Is that what you're gonna say?
The icicle pops. I don't know what I was going to call. By the way, this was weird, man. Look at it. I think this
got to eat them sideways.
I think this is real.
Ice lollies.
Well, I think he had too many ice lollies after this. Look at this. He's laying there. This is in Thailand. He's laying in the floor of a bathroom.
Wait, why does he look like he's drenched in?
What is this?
And then look what he said. I don't know if
why does it look like he had?
Why is there milk all over his ass?
It looks like he has two asses.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this caption is true. 4 men rubbing me down with oil and soap in the shower, 3/4 naked in me underpants. I'm really into this. It's something special. I don't know if that's true. That can't be true, man.
Yeah. I told you. That's why I went to Thailand.
That cannot be true, man.
We'll play hard, too.
Oh.
That can't be true, man. That cannot be.
You know they used to do in Rome, man. Back in Rome, in the Roman days, they'd rub you down with the olive oil, and they would have. I learned this in Latin class in high school. They'd rub you down with olive oil, and then they'd have. It was like a metal. They called it a striggle. It was like a metal scraper. So you get rubbed down in oil, and then they would like squeegee that shit off with a metal scraper to like. I don't know. Apparently, did some good for the skin. I've been to.
That's how they used to clean themselves with oil.
Didn't they use
just rub it on the body?
Didn't they have a rag on a stick, and that's how they would like after they went to the crapper, they would use a rag on a stick.
Yeah, I think that's what the bodybuilders do, right? Rag on a stick.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they can't reach their
they can't reach. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
they can't reach.
They're too muscle bound, so they
those
can't.
biceps?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, they can't reach.
Nobody told you that.
I just nail some.
Nobody tells you that when you get swole,
towels to a door frame.
Getting swole comes with a price, guys. Nobody tells you that.
Yeah,
I learned that. I learned that the hard way.
The hard way.
We know.
Who just joined the chat here? What's that avatar? Fat Tony Hawk? Who is that?
Oh, we got Frank Bay jumping in. Frank Bay, good to jump in, man. We're talking about Tyson Fury looking like crap. People said he looked like crap. I didn't see all of the fight, so. I probably didn't even train for that fight, by the way, but he did end up stopping, Whack, and then planted the smooch on him. However, the drama didn't end. The drama didn't end just quite there on Friday. Then on Saturday, we had Anthony Joshua versus Pringles. Now, guys, I didn't even bother watching this one. I went to run some errands.
Pringle.
Yeah, I went
Once
to
you pop, you can't stop.
Well, somebody got popped because let me tell you, I left. I had to run some errands. I said, I'm not gonna watch this. What am I doing? I'll watch it when I come back. Yeah, I got some Pringles. Yeah, I was hankering for some Pringles after using that pun. Anthony Joshua ended up stopping Pranga in the second round, but not after getting dropped twice in the first one. Some people even say he should have the third one should have been called. Joshua looked shaky. He looked horrible. I want to ask you about that and about some conspiracies running around. But I just want to read you what he said afterwards. Somebody confronted him in the press conference about his durability. He says, "I got back up in it." He said in reference to the knockdown. That happened in what? The first 20 seconds of round one, he said. I got back up, I took a beating, stood the storm, and came back in round two. Boxing's not pretty, he says. Then after the journalist continued pressing him, Joshua replied, he hit me with a good shot, so what? Roll it off, get up, take some more punches, keep going until it's my turn. Let's see who's tough now. Let's see who's the bad boy. Let's see who's rough and ready. I come out on top, he said. You need to be asking Pranga about his punch resistance. Don't be asking me about my punch resistance. Ooh, so he got a little feisty. I'm sitting here victorious, and now I'm mean.
He said, "Now I'm mean."
Yeah.
Like, you got to remember, okay, all that sounds well and good, Mr. Joshua, but fucking, we're talking about Pringles at the end of the day. You got knocked down in the first 20 seconds by Pringles. Yep. You had to wait for your chance to get a shot against Pringles. Like,
oh, look at him. Wow.
Well, he would have handled what? Dominic Brazier. He would have fucking whooped Dominic Brazier back in the day. Wouldn't have had these problems. He would have whooped fucking who else? I'm trying to think. Christian Hussein. No, not Hussein. He's a hockey player.
Luis Ortiz. How about Luis Ortiz?
What the fuck is it?
Because some people say that he avoided Luis Ortiz.
Yeah. Oh, now? Well, yeah. Ortiz is too fucking old.
He would have beat him. He would have beat him.
He would have beat him back in the day.
Joshua would have beat Ortiz. So what he's saying is, I do agree with some of it, right? It is a fight. Boxing is ugly. You might get fucking, you might have to will through some shit like that. You might have to get yourself up off the ground and wait. And it's also ugly in the sense, the fact that this looked like what was the dude's name? Damn, his name just slipped. Pranga. It looked like he completely threw that second round and he just would let Joshua knock him out. So what Anthony Joshua was saying in more ways than one is true. Boxing is very ugly. You know, sometimes you do got to get yourself off the canvas and wait for your turn. And sometimes, you know, it's a crooked business, and the guy who knows he can take you out is just going to drop his hands and be like, well, I need that extra money. And here I am, big boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I seen it. That I do agree, you know, so I agree with what he's saying right there. Right. And with the fight itself, it really, me and Quentin last year were talking about this. It reminded me it was almost the exact same blueprint of another one. I've seen this before. It was against Lorena and Daniel Dubois. Cruiserweight went up to heavyweight, and he got in the first round against Dubois. He knocked him down 3 times. It looked like he had him if he wanted him. He was not even trying to hit him hard, and this dude was falling down. And in the second round, Lorena just forgot how to box. He was completely exhausted, and he just let Daniel Dubois take him out. And I just thought that was very strange, and it looked very fixed. That's how dives are. You take them early. And this fight with Joshua and Pranga is the exact same thing. Pranga was beating his ass easily. And he started having to pull his punches a little bit. In the second round, I don't think he threw any punches. He just completely stopped throwing. He just stopped fighting because he was like, damn, I accidentally knocked this dude. I don't think he tried to knock him down in that first 20 seconds. He wasn't expecting that.
You said it was easy, right?
Yeah, that reminds me. Yeah.
Too fucking easy, homie.
Facts. But,
I mean, I just want to address that real quick.
He took a dive, brother.
Yeah, I want to address it because, look, I didn't see the fight live, so I missed the whole drama of it, of watching it live and go, oh my, because, you know, you watch it sometimes and you get so caught up in the surprise of it, you got to rewatch it a couple of times. So I watched it the first time. It had already happened. I'd heard about what happened. So I'm looking at it. First of all, Pranga dropped him by holding him behind the head, which is what Joshua usually does to a lot of other people. So he got a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
But he got dropped. Then he couldn't roll with the right hand. There was a right hand that he got hit with, a straight right. It's almost identical mistake he made against Dubois the first time he got dropped, where he's just backing up by extending his hands, but he doesn't have his line. Yeah, he doesn't have his chin tucked in or anything. And I'm thinking, what is this guy doing? Then the second round comes in. Now, look, I don't know if Pranga threw the fight because he looks like the type of guy that once you start throwing punches at him, he just freezes. He's not that good either. He's like 30-something-year-old guy who never fought anybody. He has a big punch. But, however, I'm open to the possibility that some hijinks might have occurred because fans aren't the only ones that notice something weird. Carl Frampton, during the fight, was saying, I don't understand what Prenga's doing. Why is he backing up? Why is he conceding the ring? You know, and I said, yeah, stand your base. You know, and that's what the guy wasn't standing his base.
He wasn't standing his base.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Being a bitch.
I don't know. What somebody else, guys? What I want to hear from Fu, from Revolucion, Frank.
I'd have to go watch it again, but I mean, it wouldn't shock me in boxing for it to be fixed. I mean, look, these guys have gone so long building up this stupid Tyson Fury fight. They could have just done that, but instead they have these fights, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously, this fight is not going to generate anything. I'm pretty sure they didn't make much money on it. So why wouldn't they throw that guy, a couple of dollars to like kind of just take a couple of punches? But I mean, he was blocking. AJ was punching through them. But maybe he sold it. You never know.
Stand your base.
He might. I mean, obviously, it was a real punch. That was a real punch. I hate him, but you just sell it, which is what they do in pro wrestling. You take the shot and then you just exaggerate the reaction.
Hey, you want to know something though? Like having a good sell is a lot more difficult of a skill than you would know.
That's true.
I mean, you straighten your arms out. You just straighten your arms out. You're like. You just lay down.
You want to, you put your hand to the point of contact where you got hit. If you whip your head back, if you get hit in the head, it helps if you have long hair because then
you whip your hair back. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's what I was going to say too. That's what I was going to say too. The way he fell down, he was kind of like, oh, I'm out of it. Like his eyes were rolling back of his head, like he was lifeless.
He should have done convulsions, right?
You know what I'm saying?
He should have done some convulsions.
But at the last minute, he catches himself from like bouncing his head off the ground. So I was like, well, how bad hurt were you? If you're stopping yourself from bashing your head off the ground.
That's a key. That's a key element right there. Yeah.
Frank,
like the fucking on the opening card for Tzyu, they had that little fight, Alcuso and Tejada, the Dominican guy. Yeah. Holy shit! That Dominican guy got laid the fuck out, bro.
Yeah. I think these two fights actually hurt that Fury AJ fight. I mean, they never should have done this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just completely pointless.
Well, nobody even really knew about the fucking Fury fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was.
He didn't even want to show himself. That's how bad that was. Like he knows he's trash as well.
Well, I'm curious, Frank. Just real quick, because if I want everybody to get their points in. Frank, what did you think about the fight, the Joshua Prenga fight, and how about all these allegations of Prenga being told to ease off on Joshua?
Well, I mean, Anthony Joshua was absolutely embarrassed. I mean, the guy, this is one of the most overrated fighters we've ever had. I mean, look, man, these guys have the softest fan bases. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I'm going to offend a lot of people, but
go ahead.
I mean, Anthony Joshua's been overrated. I thought he's always been kind of he's been a good fighter for the sport because he brings all the eyes and drama. But it's just crazy how much people invest in this guy. But he gets a pass today, right? Because of the drama.
Right.
I thought he got a pass. It's a good feel.
What do you mean a pass for what? Getting caught butt naked in the back seat with his best friends and shit.
I was like, damn, homie.
Okay, come on. Fuck. Yo, Silvers is brutal. Getting caught butt naked. That never happened. All right, anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Frank. Keep going, man.
Yeah, no. You threw me off. What was I saying?
You were saying that he gets a.
Yeah. They AI'd those shorts on him.
Yeah. No, but hold on. You said
exactly.
Frank, you were saying that he gets a pass from the fan base because and then
because of what happened.
Right.
Yeah, and it's something you can't really touch. I mean, you can't say anything bad about the guy, right? Because that's something you can't trash him like because of what happened. But it's like it's a sport of boxing, and they're trying to sell us this product, right? That's pretty much what it is they're trying to package this, and it was embarrassing. It was an absolute embarrassment. And the guy, I hate saying thrown or alleged or take a dive. I think the guy knew his job. He was in there to do his
It looks
job.
like he took his foot off the gas a
You have to
little
know
bit.
your role.
He wasn't as aggressive
Yeah.
in that second round.
Yeah, he.
I mean, yeah, he did. He was rough. He was real rough, that guy. So for him to just like stop doing that, it's like, why would you stop doing what's working? It doesn't make sense.
But that's the great thing about this new era is us as fans, we can see it and we can call it out. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you're trying to sell this fight and the main fighter gets embarrassed. You got the other guy who's not even there. Even his fans are MIA. So, right? I mean, that's how bad the other guy's fight was.
Their sink look.
They're usually here, cheerleading, and I don't even see any Anthony Joshua cheerleaders. Where the fuck are they at? Because they're embarrassed. You can't be a fan. The Anthony Joshua guy, because usually we have one or two on the panel, a AJ guy and a Fury guy. But anyway, yeah, it was embarrassing. And the people trying to sell this fight involved, they should all be embarrassed.
I'm gonna have to.
I still want to see it.
I'm gonna have to take up the mantle. I'm gonna have to take up the mantle of. I'm gonna have to take up the mantle of being the sole AJ fan here, just for entertainment purposes. Let me read a couple of comments from the chat here, real quick. Dante,
I like AJ. AJ usually brings exciting fights.
Yeah, well, we can get into that.
Not always.
Shout out to Dante Merlot, who says definitely rigged. Bulbous World Order says completely staged. Uncle Burnt Apostrophe says suspicious for sure. Oh, okay. So we got a lot of people agreeing with you guys with the whole thing here, that the notion that Pranga was told to back off. Bulbous says every Pranga punch was wobbling AJ. Reese Lynn says reminds me of the scene after the Billy Fox fight in Raging Bull. Yeah, well, that's the one where they told I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Lamada to take it easy and then throw the fight. Darky Dose, Spence and Joshua. No. Hey, now what's it with the steak? Bring it over. It's like a piece of charcoal. Bring it over here. Darky Dose, Spence and Joshua will get grills that say I need money. Oh, Sean Rain says Moses Temu is lighting in a bottle. He smokes AJ and Fury both the same night, all in the same first round. Shout out to BDA Boxing and fellas. Snackford says that shit was rigged. Dante says stand your base. Bulbous says I'm not excited for AJ versus Fury anymore. Let me just read one last one here. Pancho Villa says Joshua is shot, Spence is shot, and Tzyu is shot. Everyone's shot. Boxing is going to shit because promoters think the fans are stupid. I don't think they think that. I think they know that. We're all a bunch of wackos here at the end of the day. But fellas,
let me make.
Go ahead.
Let me make a point real quick, and then I gotta just go grab a snack because I'm fucking starving.
Oh.
But something I learned in wrestling, right? You got Monday Night Nitro, not Nitro. That's old school. Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, right?
Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
And those are what the TV shows. Yeah, those TV shows. That's like a product they put out. They got matches on it, but it's not really a TV show. It's really a commercial for the pay-per-views.
Right.
And when you start looking at it that way, you kind of realize like boxing, even though it's all pay-per-views, it's like everything is built up to eventually fucking just sell the big one. Like, why don't they just they should just have a fucking Friday night ESPN free Friday night fights kind of situation. I think it would be a lot better. Like it would promote these bigger fights a little fucking
They
better.
used to do that. Remember? I mean, I still remember the 90s when they would have like De La Hoya was gonna fight. Yeah, I think Steve Kim recently brought that up. De La Hoya was gonna fight Chavez and I think it was late 95 or early 96. They were both on an HBO card for free on HBO, and they were fighting tune-ups, and it was a preview of things to come. Yes. Now they're greedy. They gotta put that shit on pay-per-view, and which it makes no sense because they can't be making money off of this. It's insanity. They think, well, we got. I mean, maybe you know what it is though. It's because they're paying AJ so much, they can't afford to put him on regular DAZN. They have to make it pay-per-view. But again, it's completely logical because how many people are actually paying for this crap? It makes no sense. I'm telling you, I didn't even watch the fight. I went out. I had things to do. I said, let me go run some errands, and then I'll come back for the Tzyu fight. I wasn't gonna waste my time watching this mismatch, and then it turns out it wasn't a mismatch. Fucking AJ couldn't handle Pranga all that easily. So, yeah, man, Joshua is somebody in the chat says Kevin Jean says, not sure you guys understand what AJ has gone through with the tragic accent. What do you guys think about that? People keep bringing up the tragic accent.
But that's what Sober's just.
I'll be right back.
That's what I just brought up. Yeah, I'm sure they're going through his ass right before the accident happened. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he hit his head really hard. We don't know. Maybe he's the new Earl Spence.
You know,
so they're saying we have to give him a pass. Like we are obligated to. He can do whatever he wants, basically.
Yeah, he can look as bad as he wants, and not just bring up the accent, right?
Yeah. At least he had the balls to show it, right? Right. It's sure didn't want to televise this fight. It's all the information is coming through the Sun, a tabloid. Right. So they want complete control over that, and he fought a total bum. That dude looked pretty strong. The one AJ was fighting. That guy was built like a bear, and he was just manhandling him.
Mm-hmm.
He made AJ look kind of small.
Well, it's interesting.
He just grabbed him and drove his face right into an uppercut, which it's illegal, but still.
I have to ask this though.
I don't know if the guy's a big puncher or if AJ just got no chin, because that was pretty interesting how he took that one shot. It wasn't even a huge shot. He didn't really like bend his legs and really drive into it that hard, and he got up like he was spaghetti legged already. I was like, wow, like is this dude gonna get laid out right now?
I think it's definitely obvious now that the guy is past it. The guy is past it. And Kevin Jeans in the chat says, all right, nearly died, broke ribs, and 2 best friends died. Just brushed that aside. Well, did he really break his ribs? I mean, when you hear the term...
The only thing I heard he broke in that was
his ass. His ass was broken, I heard.
Let me tell Kevin James this. Then he should retire. Then sit out for a year or two, right?
Yeah, because then if he fights Fury, they're gonna say, and Fury beats him. It's like, well, he wasn't the same after the accident. Okay, well, to just retire now, like that. We saw what happens with Spence, right? We saw what happens with Spence. Shouldn't have been in there at all. Just get the guy to retire. Then stop trying to defend him.
Exactly. Kevin Jean's trying to put it on us rather than put it on his man crush, and say, hey, man, if the guy really is that disturbed, then you sit and get out of the public spotlight. So blame that guy because he still wants the clout and the money. Rather than
he's got one left in me. He's like, I got one left in me.
I mean, look, I'm not a fan of either Fury or Joshua, but it is interesting. Like when Fury had that wild weekend of his, he could always use that as an excuse. Oh, I've never been the same since. Every time he looks back, he can always just reference that, or the fact that he almost had that's what he did, by the way. After in the third Wilder fight, I think he says, well, I couldn't train properly because one of my kids that was born almost died or something. So everyone's always got an excuse. Let me tell you, I will say this though. That fight, I think it's still gonna sell well in the UK. The Fury Joshua fight, it's still gonna sell well. Don't you worry about that. They're gonna do very well. But it is interesting to watch the Fury fans and the AJ fans going at it, because every time Fury looks bad, the AJ fans love to clown him. But now it's Fury's fans' turn to clown on Joshua. And now all of a sudden it's like, well, he got dropped, but he won. That's all that matters. Like that's what Joshua is saying, which to a certain degree is true. But I mean, you could say the same thing about Fury versus Ngannou, which so many AJ fans were clowning him for. It's like, he looked horrible. Okay, he could have just said he won at the end of the night. Isn't that the same thing? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch these two guys. I've characterized them before. The Fury fans tend to be more on that neurotic, psychotic side. The AJ fans tend to be a little bit more on the gay side. Like it seems that there's some homoerotic thing going on between them and AJ. And AJ can never do any wrong either, by the way. I remember after he went nuts after the Usyk rematch, where he essentially hijacked Usyk's moment of victory, throwing the belts out the ring, going on a tirade, grabbing the microphone, going on a tirade, and then trying to get into a fight with multiple people afterwards. And people on Twitter, well, he's human. Like, you don't understand what it's like to put everything you have in a rematch and then lose. I'm thinking, first of all, you don't know what I've been through. Number one, you're assuming things. Number two, I've seen plenty of fighters lose rematches, and they don't act that way. So this whole thing of always trying to defend AJ from some people on Twitter, it really does boggle the mind. But I will say one thing. AJ seems nonplussed by the whole thing in regards to the almost getting knocked out by a nobody. And this is what he had to say. To the critics, by the way.
They say they don't fuck with me. That's because they can't, ho. And we don't chase pussy. We chase this paint, though. Here's the motherfucking truth, plain and simple. These motherfuckers ain't gonna hate you because of your success. They're gonna hate you because of the reflection that you create of them. Because they can't match your energy and they can't maintain your discipline. Stay on their motherfucking neck.
Damn. I gotta tell you, that's
more motivation.
That's motivational.
He sounds different. He lost his accent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because of the car accident. No, by the way, that's shout out to SJW for posting clips. Shout out to SJW. I think it was SJW in the Discord for posting videos of this guy. This dude is no, that's not him. Hold on. This dude is.
He sounds toothless.
His name is kind of Sucker Free 916 on TikTok. He makes this motivational videos where he goes, go out like Goggins a little bit. Go out and get it. Stay hard. That type of shit. So that's him right there.
Stay hard, never goes soft.
You still on AJ, or you moving on past AJ?
Well, if anybody has any, we're gonna stay to the. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go. Please.
I was gonna say we're gonna stick to the topic. We're gonna stick to the topic now. A little bit of Fury versus AJ because that's the fight that supposedly is on paper now.
Oh. Okay, but just one last thing about the strictly AJ thing. Another fan base that is like roaches. So after AJ got checked, now all the Wilder fans are like, oh, see, he would have definitely beat AJ.
Yep. That's what Lamont Roach should call his fans, the roaches.
The roaches, there you go.
What's Lamont Roaches doing out there?
Lamont Roaches.
You know how I said that the Fury fans seem to be psychotic and AJ fans seem to be a little gay? The Wilder fans are a mix of both. They're a mix of those two. They're psychotic and homosexual.
To counter Foo's point with the roaches there, Lamont, maybe Lamont Roach's next opponent should quote Muhammad Ali from his ads with Decon, the roach fogger.
Oh,
yeah, anti-pest stuff. I ain't afraid of no roaches.
There you
Those
go.
Commercials are so fucking good.
And come out the
you
trunks.
Don't have to be afraid of.
The trunk should be the color of the Raid. You know when you buy a Raid bottle, it's white, yellow, and black, and
with the lightning bolt and the dead bug.
Exactly.
That's what AJ looked like, one of those roaches after he got sprayed.
Can we, before the end of the show, can we play a few of those old Muhammad Ali commercials? Because those are, hey, I'm the heavyweight champ, but even I'm afraid of things on 6 legs.
Yeah, we're not gonna play any. Muhammad Ali was a racist, and we're anti-racist on this channel. I wanted to play.
Come on.
I wanted to play. Okay, so this is Eddie Hearn talking about the Fury AJ fight. Notice that one of my pet peeves here. Look at what he's holding there. What are these people always? Can they just tell these people to just put it on their collar or something? I mean, what do they get? It looks like he's playing with an insect or something. One of those furry worms or whatever they call them. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, check out what Caterpillar. Thank you. Yes, check out what he has to say about the Saudis and the Fury AJ fight.
Well, apparently those guys are going to come and see me next week to talk about what they want to do. I think it's pretty clear they want the fight in America. We don't.
How quickly do you think you can get the fight agreed?
The fight's agreed. I mean, the fight's agreed and signed if they follow.
By the way, I just noticed that. So he's holding the lapel mic. The guy asking the questions doesn't have any type of mic, so you can't hear what the questions. That's why they had to put the subtitles there. But anyway, you guys can read.
We don't.
How quickly do you think you can get the fight agreed?
The fight's agreed. I mean, the fight's agreed and signed if they follow everything that's in the contract, which is how business works. If they want to change the terms, then there has to be conversations. Turkey and those guys, they're also our partners, right? So it's not like. No, like I said before, if this was a fight that was negotiated between myself and Frank Warren when we were enemies, and he asked to change it, I'd say absolutely no way. But we'll listen to them. But we want the fight in England. It might be the last fight for both of them. Who knows?
All right, so Eddie Hearn is saying that the fight is done, it's signed, it's going to happen. Now the problem is that the Saudis don't want to really hold it in England. They're saying the U.S., or I wouldn't be surprised if they try to hold it in Saudi Arabia. Guys, what do you think? Is this fight going to happen, or is it destined to always be a what if?
I'm pretty confident it's going to happen. There's too much money on the table. And just like Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather was, 7 years too late. They still served us that cold-ass plate of food. Same thing with Errol Spence and Crawford. So, yeah, I'm confident the fight will still happen. Whether they have to be in there, they have to come in crutches or a wheelchair, anything like that. You know what I mean? If Tyson Fury has to have IV hooked up to him to make sure his system isn't just running through pure cocaine, and just they'll get him in there. They'll make the fight happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's something surrounding this fight.
Money,
Excuse me.
Too much money, man.
I know. I agree about the money, but it's not about the money. It's just there's some sort of aura surrounding this bout that it just seems as if it's never gonna really get made.
Talking about some juju.
I mean, I don't want to
Juju.
go there, but yeah, that's the
Whoa.
way it looks like. A little bit.
You see a bad spirit looming overhead this fight.
Bad moon rising is all I'm saying
Fuck.
when it pertains to this fight.
Well, I mean, it's something that has to happen, though, right? It has to happen.
I mean, it has to, but that
Yeah,
doesn't mean it will happen. You get what I'm saying?
Kevin Jeans makes a good
You know what I mean?
point
It's like,
too.
hey,
With this popularity that Tyson Fury has on Netflix with his show, and how much money Netflix has been investing into him and boxing in general. Yes, they're gonna make sure this fight happens too.
bro, this has to happen, man, because it's like, yo, you're having a bad fuck. You know, it's
A bad
You're
fuck?
wait, you're
the
having a bad
sex ain't-
what?
I've had some
You're
bad
having
fucks.
a bad fuck. The sex ain't good. The pussy ain't good, and you're like, you know what? Let me just.
It looks like
get to the-
it looks like Fury just had a great
Let me
fucking
just-
photo BDA.
let me just get, please God, let me just get this over with and get to my nut, and I'll bust my. And you can't even fucking do that. If they don't make the fight, then why is it gonna be the biggest waste of fucking time? Fucking time, literally.
But
It's like someone
isn't
busted the
that kind
biggest
of
nut.
this is but the hear me out. This is how I feel about the Shakur and Haney fans, right? A lot of these people really don't want these fights.
Uh-huh.
Hear me out. Like both sides kind of are apprehensive. Like I think maybe they don't even want the fight. Like they don't want their guy to lose to the other guy.
Dude, that's how I was when I was a kid, man, and that's how I felt with Goldberg and Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, man. I did not want Goldberg to fight Scott Steiner. I knew he would lose. He was undefeated, but I'm like, Goldberg, please don't even try Big Papa Pump. He will kill you. But I didn't want to admit it to myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's something like, look, I think it's clear at this point that both guys are past it. They're past their peak. But like I said, it's going to sell well. I mean, in England, these guys, it's look at, like, again, the clear example, American Kellbrook 2022, way past its peak expiration date, and yet it still managed to draw a good crowd. So it's going to happen. Now, interestingly enough, the angle that they're going to play on off of this is the fact that both guys supposedly had an infamous sparring session back when Tyson Fury was about a 10-0 fighter or something like that, and AJ was just an amateur. I don't even think he was on the radar as a top amateur back then. And supposedly AJ handled Fury in that sparring session. And I think Fury had admitted that. Now all of a sudden, he's trying to throw doubt into the fact that, or about the fact that the sparring session ever took place. Spencer Brown, who is now the de facto Saudi Arabian promoter. And this guy looks like the Ray Winstone from Sexy Beast. First of all, you want to talk about Tyson Fury laying on the floor of a shower, getting rubbed down by a bunch of Thai guys, or at least I think they were Thai guys. I don't know, Thai ladyboys, covered in soap and oil, and really seeming to enjoy it. Now we got Spencer Brown. I mean, this guy has to be one of the weirdest interviews I've ever seen. Check this out.
That looks like a croc. I want to ask you this. Barry McGuigan did an interview, I think it might have been yesterday, UK time. You will have seen what he said. Can you shed any light on it? For context, he basically said that he's obviously picking AJ to win every day of the week, and he's saying that back in the day they sparred and AJ hurt and dropped Tyson Fury. Do you know anything about that?
No, not at all. Obviously, if Barry McGuigan was there, Barry McGuigan's backing. That's up to Barry McGuigan, isn't it? Everybody's got their own personal opinion. He's never been a much for Tyson lover, has he? Not that I know of. I think he was going to sign Tyson once, or they were going to get involved with Tyson once. That never happened. If that's what he thinks, fair play. He's an ex-world champion. He's got an incredible eye for fighters, and his son's a great trainer. If that's what he thinks, marvellous.
All right, so I'm going to pause it there, and I'm going to ask, they're interviewing this guy while he's in a pool. I think he's got trunks on now, or I'm hoping he's got trunks on. He's rubbing himself down as he's answering the questions. Guys, what's next? An interview while a guy's fucking his wife or something? Like, where's this going? Are people this desperate? Like, hey, can you give me a 5-minute interview? Can you squeeze me in? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, he's saying, he's not denying the story, the sparring session. He's just calling into question Barry McGuigan's sentiments towards Fury, saying, well, he's not a big Tyson Fury fan. Okay, so what does that happen? Does that mean it did really happen or it didn't happen? The sparring session, or the fact that AJ got the best out of Fury in that sparring session? not really telling us much there.
We've got a completely different opinion on that.
Oh well, now
That's it,
he's
Spence,
saying.
thank you very much for your time.
Nice to see you, mate.
Mate, is that a snake?
Yeah, can be as fucking many snakes as you want. I'll have a row.
I was planning on thinking I'm going to tell you that.
But what's with the music too? They're interviewing this guy in a pool, asking him questions about sponsors. Then they get this music playing, like there's something gonna happen.
Sounds like a movie trailer.
Exactly. Yeah. What's going on, man? I'm telling you,
The
this
shark's gonna come out and eat him
Well, it is Shark Week, so
in the pool.
I mean, I don't know, man. These are.
Oh yeah. They released a shark into the pool. He's like, what the?
Now AJ did something.
Semana de Tiburón.
What?
Exactly.
Semana de Tiburón. Yeah. This is what AJ had to say on Fight Week in regards, because now everyone's talking about the belts and how there's some shenanigans going on with the belts and the fact that Zuffa initially had said they didn't want to get involved with the belts, which I agree with, by the way. And fighters have to voice now their opinion on that. Check out what Joshua had to say about the belts.
Now we have like people that like Terence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson that are complaining about sanctioning fees, and they're saying we don't need the belts anymore because of the other promotional company that's now emerged in America, which are trying to change the landscape of boxing. Yeah, so people are now changing their tone because carrots are being dangled in front of them. But for me personally, I think the heritage, the history of the sport still stands strong in my heart.
The heritage of the belt still stands strong in my heart. See, this is where I take umbrage with these guys he's not the first one who's talked about the heritage, that the lineage behind the belts. First of all, the lineage and heritage is dependent upon the reputation that the belts maintain, right? These comrades, as I like to call them nowadays, because they have no good reputation. These dudes can manipulate the ratings when they want. They gave Ryan Garcia a title shot coming off a loss. So what does that tell you about the belts? Well, that's the heritage of the belts, that they can just hand the title shot to an undeserving fighter. The whole point of the belts was that if you had it, that meant you fought the best and you beat the best. Now it just means there's 4. All right, who's recycling bottles there in the background?
Oh, my bad.
That's all right. The whole point of the belts was if you had one, that meant you fought the best, you beat the best. Now there's 4 of them flying around. You got 2. They got the intern version of one, and then you got the super version of the other. So you got 6 people walking around with belts per division, or possibly 6 people walking around with belts in a division. Doesn't that dilutes the whole point of the belt? So when I hear guys like AJ saying, well, it's about the heritage. No, it's about the fact that you got Eddie Hearn, who's against Zuffa, and not for nothing, but there are some fans out there, some fighters who do probably believe that, the heritage. I got to tell you, I think those guys are uneducated when it comes to that. And of course, they all benefit from that. The promoters, the managers, the networks, the fighters, because it makes them more money, potentially. It doesn't usually make them more money, but it could potentially make them more money. And they want to walk around, they want to go into a bar, say, hey, baby, I'm a champion. Meanwhile, people don't know that there's 6 champions running around per division. So, guys, what do you think about that? Josh was saying he still has faith in the sanctioning organizations. There you go.
The sanctioning people, these are the same motherfuckers that made Bridgerweight, and now that's gone.
I think that one's still around, man.
No, I think they actually put it to rest.
Is that right?
It might be I read somewhere at least one of the sanctioning bodies got rid of it.
Well, that's good. That's good because it was ridiculous.
But it's just the heritage. All right, well, the heritage. Let's go back. Think about heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Ali, fucking Joe Frazier, all these guys. How many belts are around when they were on top? When that heritage was around, how many fucking belts were there? Now that we're in the 4, like what heritage has really happened in the 4 belt division that was or the 4 belt era rather.
6 belt.
Fucking 6. Regardless, who's really fucking been they've proven you need all the belts to be at my level. Who's fucking Floyd?
It's a marketing strategy now. Yeah, it's a marketing strategy. It's like, hey, I'm undisputed in the 4 belt era. So that's why it's hard. It's harder to become undisputed now. Yeah, because they keep legitimizing these comrades. I'm telling you, eventually they're gonna legitimize the IBO.
Rags. Did you say cum rags?
That's what they are. They're not belts or cum rags. And eventually they're gonna legitimize the IBO, and then it's gonna become undisputed in the
Maybe
5 belt
Tyson
era.
Fury should have took his titles with him to fucking Thailand, bro. So they can use those as cum rags.
Yeah, wipe himself down after the lady boys cover him in soap and oil. What?
Well, the thing with
I see it. Go ahead. I was talking.
The thing with Tyson Fury is that he makes his own rules. So he's speaking from a position of he makes his own rules. He's not speaking in a position speaking for all fighters as he's trying to come across.
Yeah. No, at this point, Fury, he doesn't care about the belts. He's about that, like the guy said, the paper. We don't chase pussy, we chase the paper. That's what he's doing. And there's a certain degree of truth to that. But nevertheless, that Fury AJ fight is happening, and if they can, like sanctioning bodies can squeeze in a belt or two in there, I'm pretty sure they would, just for the sanctioning fee that they would collect based off of that. Because again, it's a big money fight. That being said, Frank Bruno, whom a lot of people have compared to Anthony Joshua, some people say that Frank Bruno was a poor man's AJ, or vice versa. Some people say AJ was a poor man's Frank Bruno, which I can't really see. But nevertheless, he came around on Twitter and he had this to say. Hold on a second. He said, all right, I'm going to read it to you because it's too small here, but it says, "Morning. I suppose you want to know what I think of AJ's fight." And then he repeated, by the way, it's badly written, so I'm just going to read it as it is. "Morning. I suppose you want to know what I think of AJ's fight. Best summed up as, not the best day in the office, but all ended morning. I suppose you want to know what I think of." He repeats it. I was supposed to.
I don't like that image. I don't like that image.
Well, hold on. I suppose you want to know what I think of AJ's fight. Best summed up, not the best day in the office, but all ended okay. It has set up the clash with Tyson Fury perfectly. I don't know about perfectly. The armchair experts question some of the opponents that are not known, and I know this from my experience. They can do surprise you, and AJ's opponent Spranga proved the point. Never underestimate your opponent. They have nothing to lose. Another busy week ahead, so might try and hit the gym today. Then he starts telling you what he's going to do. He's going to have a cheese sandwich, cup of tea, blah, blah, blah. Now, the people didn't really care too much about what he had to say. They were most focused on the photo he posted. Why did he choose that photo there, and what's he trying to convey?
Shame. A lot of shame there.
There's a man behind the man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sobers,
a little man behind a little man behind a big man.
Sobers, is Eddie Hearn doing the Once Upon a Time in Mexico trick there, like you said with the turkey?
Yeah, that's exactly what. Thank you, BDA. Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. We've seen something similar to this a couple weeks ago, where Shakur Stevenson was upon bended knee in front of his.
That was the first reach around.
His new papa, turkey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what they call him? Uncle Turkey, some weird shit. Yeah. Imagine you're like doing business with somebody, is your promoter, and he's like, no, I want you to call me Uncle Turkey, and then he puts his hand on your shoulder and like just starts doing that little smile, looking into your eyes with the sunglasses on, and you're already in a dark room. You're indoors. You're in the Versace temple. And you're like, what the? Why do you have sunglasses on here, bro? It's already dark. Why are there candles? This is already a candlelit room, bro. Why do you need sunglasses on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
and
he goes, remove the dress. We're going to take a photo. We're going to take a photo.
It's crazy.
Turkey removes his dress slowly.
It's like when you're a cokehead and wait, hold on, we got a super chat.
Well, go. I'll read it after. I'll read it when you're done. Go ahead.
All right. No, it's letting the fucking sounder go. It's like when you're a cokehead and the dealer's gay, and then you start wearing little shorts to, hopefully maybe he'll give you some extra drugs.
That's really
maybe
graphic.
he'll invite you up top and give you a rail for free. What?
It's very detailed.
So let's real quick. What's the difference between the super chat sounds though, Mr. BDA? Because I like the Por el camino del desierto.
Well, there's two super chat sounds or different sound, whatever, and then there's the big one. There's two different ones for when people donate over $10 or something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's the amounts.
But okay, so you were saying you said something weird thing there about the drug dealer thing, but okay, let me read a super check and then we'll continue because I'm a little lost here.
I'm fucking stoned.
Shout out to Sid Boxing Fu for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Sid Boxing FU who says AJ is a poor man's version of useless Bruno. He's saying that even Bruno was better than Anthony Joshua. I gotta tell you, that's that's
that sounds like what Donald Trump would call Frank Bruno.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
you know,
true,
old useless Bruno.
AJ is a
Can't
loser.
even put 1-2 together.
I never liked AJ, never liked him. Never that good. Let's face the facts. AJ is a loser.
You know what AJ and Barack Obama have in common?
Oh.
Neither of them should have been able to run for president of the United States of America.
Yeah, but so people were saying then that that picture there of Eddie Hearn, I think Frank Bruno used it on purpose to attract attention because it worked. A lot of people were saying, "Man, what the hell is up with that photo?" Like we said, reminiscent of Shakur Stevenson kneeling in front of whatchamacallit, Turkey El Sheikh. So yeah, this photo too. So you got to admit, it's a weird photo here, right? It's a weird photo. Look at it.
Why is his
What
mouth
the
open
fuck?
now? Oh no.
Yeah, wait, did they AI?
Oh no.
that
Oh
shit?
Lord.
Go back to the other
I
one.
couldn't-
I'm turning it off, man. I'm not looking at this.
That's quite the reach around.
They're probably
Straight up. Did somebody AI that picture and to get the fucking open mouths?
I don't know,
they're,
man.
that's
they're reviewing. They're looking at Tyson Fury get his massages. Thailand.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's around all over the place. What the hell's going on around
Eddie
here?
Hearn's got good reach, man. He's got long arms. Long arms and slender fingers to really work the shaft, if you know what I mean. But listen,
yeah.
Oh,
Eddie. Oh, you're blowing my back out,
hey,
Eddie.
yo. No, but listen, we got to move on here because we're talking about Frank Bruno versus Joshua and Pranga and all that. Alexander Usyk. Some people were saying that what the hell happened with all of Usyk's training? They made a big deal about that, right? Like, oh, it's like Apollo and Rocky training, and the hell, Joshua looked horrible. I don't think Usyk is that good a trainer, man. Hell of a fighter, but maybe not that good a trainer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's hard to understand. I think AJ just nods his head. Oh, okay. And that's it.
Yeah.
I am bear. I am bear. You're like a bear.
By the way, Alexander
That's all he
Usyk
learned.
is saying that he wants to retire after one more fight. So there it is. He's putting it out there. Almost done.
Greedy belly.
I forgot to say, Crawford was at the Tim Tszyu Errol Spence fight, and he was tweeting right away, and he was almost apparently he was almost crying when he was talking about how Spence is done. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Why is he crying?
But he was already finished.
Yeah, the people were saying in the comment sections, then people were saying like, "Wow, Crawford's such a great guy, man, to be feeling that much for an old opponent."
Yeah, he beat up a dehydrated guy who was in a car accident.
Well, I mean, I got
at least Tim Tszyu let him get hydrated,
bro. Crawford really gives me vibes like this motherfucker. He gives me vibes of somebody who's like he's not like upfront aggressive. You know, he's very passive aggressive and fucking sneaky and snide, opportunistic.
Well, he's a scumbag. You know, he was probably praying. He was praying for Tszyu to lose so that he can step in and then say, "You see, I beat him, and he lost."
Yeah,
right. That's what he wanted to do.
Maybe even ask him if he wants to shoot a fucking rematch.
I don't know about him being passive aggressive. I think it's the opposite. I think he's very aggressive. That's why he's getting shot in the head and grabbing people all the time, putting his hands on other people. And then again, there's other people, other men let him put their hands on him in exchange for interviews and stuff like that. Like, you know, social media personalities out there and YouTubers. Like, I mean, I don't know. I would never do that, but you know, other people have different standards.
I think like
he's calling right now.
Face-offs and press conferences. His ego, like his personality, he gets quiet in press conferences. He's not the one to bark. And
okay, yeah.
Much. You know what I mean? He's like in the face of another threatening motherfucker. He's not gonna be hard, but like,
it's a great point, Fu. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I thought it was Fu there for a second. I can't tell you guys apart, man.
Oh, come on.
I can come up with some. I come up with some good ones once in a while.
Once in a while. Not gonna let you.
Remember, I saw Cropper was at one of those press conferences, and they were talking about Shakur, and it was a guy in the back of the room, and he says like, Shakur's boring, and he's like, "Oh, you don't know about boxing? Who said that?" And he like looks in the back of the room, and the guy stood up, and then Crawford didn't stand up. He was like, "You a bodybuilder?" He just shut down right there.
Really?
He's like, yo, you a bodybuilder.
You a bodybuilder.
Like he was
man.
trying to like intimidate somebody, and he's like, "Hey, who said that?" And the guy's like, "I said it," and he stood up. It was like this big dude in the back, and he's like, "Wait, but you a bodybuilder?" And you could see Crawford just completely deflated right there. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna try to wrestle that guy."
If you want to ask a question, you're gonna have to get to the catch weight first.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, you too big. I can't. No.
He was looking for the snack injection before he got to that. But listen, don't forget that.
This was Crawford or Shakur Stevenson. You were saying did this. I'm sorry.
No, Crawford was at a press event, and one of the interviewers was talking about Shakur and not in a positive light, right, about his style. And then Crawford's like, "Oh, you don't know boxing. Who said that?" And then the guy stood up, and Crawford, like you could tell, like he deflated, like he was getting like kind of aggressive, and then he stopped immediately because the guy just stood up immediately. He's like, I said it." He's like, "Wait, you a bodybuilder?"
Who said I gotta leave?
Who said that?
Somebody just said I gotta leave. I don't know if it was Fu or Revolucion. I can't tell you guys apart.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I'm talking right now. What the hell?
No, but I didn't know if it was Fu or if it was. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Look, the point is,
we thought you had some ventriloquist skills. You never know.
Fu
Exactly.
here.
I'm sorry, BDA. I stopped doing my voice.
wait a minute. By the way,
he had the lisp. I knew it.
we also had on the AJ undercard, we had Josh Kelly fighting a tough Kaumin Ajarko. I don't know. They addressed him as a Black Irish. I thought. What?
Josh Kelly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Josh Kelly. And he ended up having a tougher night than expected. He ended up winning by majority decision.
Terrible.
Excuse me, not majority decision, by scores of 150, two scores, 115, 112, and a very tight one of 114, 113. Kelly ended up saying this was a messy, hard fight. I knew he was going to be very tricky. He had a good game plan. I had to show a different side. To me, at the end, that's what a champion does. And then he says, I want it, talking about Jaron Ennis. I want it next. I want the big names in the division. Let me tell you what happened here, if anybody missed the fight. Josh Kelly ended up looking very good in the first 3 rounds, as he often does. And then after the 6th, he started slowing down, clinching a little bit more. His punches lost snap. The other guy started punching him. And I don't know. You know, some people talk about a glass chin. Josh Kelly not only appears to have a very mediocre chin, but also a glass skin. Thin skin. He's got dick skin. It's very thin, scrotum skin. Look at that. He ended up getting all busted up.
Scrotum skin.
I wouldn't be surprised if Evan Neeson was in there against him on 2 weeks' notice. I'm pretty sure he would have stopped Josh Kelly, or at least dropped him a couple of times. This dude is not durable, and I really can't understand the people out there that would prefer him against Ennis when you know this guy is. Some people would prefer him to fight Ennis instead of Ortiz. This dude is fragile. He's not gonna make it. I mean, if it was a 3-rounder, yeah, he beats Ennis, but it ain't a 3-rounder. Guys, what do you think about this performance, and what do you think about Ennis, Kelly wanting to fight Jaron Ennis?
Yeah,
I think that this was written on the walls a long time ago. We already saw this. They positioned Kelly, sent him basically on a suicide mission against Bakram to either get the belt or die trying. He got the belt. And they said, okay, we're going to do you a solid. Ed Hearn even said it after the fight. He's already signed to fight Boots. Whether it happens or not is up in the air. But, I mean, you already signed to fight Boots. You know, he said it right then and there. So, hey, man, you know, you did this. You completed the mission. Good job. We're going to give you a tune-up, you know, get some money, get your little hometown fight. And then you're going to do another job for us. You're going to fight Boots, and you know what's going to happen there. You're getting knocked the fuck out. And then Boots, he leaves with 3 belts?
Yes, there were.
And now Virgil Ortiz is completely assed out at 154, right? And he should not pursue that fight, I don't think, because he'll just be in a position where he has to give he'll be in a position where he almost, I don't want to say guaranteed to lose, but they're going to put him in a hard spot. They're going to choose everything. They're going to choose the size of the gloves, the size of the ring, the judges, the referee. It'll be completely against Ortiz. So I really wouldn't suggest that he does that, right? I know this is a little off topic, but what I do think Virgil Ortiz should do, now that Jenny Beck left 160, that weight class is basically wide open. Virgil Ortiz can move up to 160, beat up Erislandy Lara, get a belt, and take over from there. And then, you know, maybe we'll see. Let Boots have 154, and when he goes up, when he decides he can't beat Fundora or anybody else, all the challenges, all the easy money's gone, then he can move up, and then, you know, maybe he'll have to face an established Virgil Ortiz with who's a unified champion at 160 at that point, instead of being a contender trying to face a unified champion at 154.
Yeah, that's an interesting plan right there because I think at this point it's clear that Matchroom, what they want is Ennis against Kelly so he can have another belt and A-side Ortiz even harder.
3 belts.
Yeah, because I think at this point, yes, Ennis is the A-side, and that's why Ortiz and his team and his crazy Rick Mirigian, as I like to call him, they can't be asking for the moon and the stars. Now, Ennis is the A-side, but not by that much. However, if he gets another belt, like I said, then that adds more credence to him calling the shots. The problem is the zone, apparently, the rumor is they're not interested in Ennis versus Kelly. And after last night's performance from Kelly, I don't understand why anyone would be interested in that fight over Ortiz versus Ennis. And by the way, that's why some people like to clown Ortiz. Like, he's never won a belt. Like, he beat Madrimov and he beat Boachuk. And not for nothing, but what's his name? Lubin was rated number 5 by Ring Magazine. So whether you have belts or not, it's about who you beat. Is Kelly really that much better a fighter than Ortiz because he's got a belt? You know what? In other words, what I'm saying is, who cares how many belts he has? He's not that good. He's not going to beat Jaron Ennis. He's probably going to win a couple of rounds, but then after this 5th or 6th, he's going to fall apart. His whole face is going to fall apart. He's going to look like Jim Caviezel in Passion of the Christ, and it's going to be a whitewash. It's going to be a slaughter in there. I really don't understand why some people don't want to see Ortiz and Ennis do it right now.
I don't know. 'Cause maybe they like men. They don't like boxing. I mean, that's a shitty fight. And this guy's basically a punching bag. That dude Josh Kelly, and he can't punch. So Boots would just punch with him and knock him out. It's a trash fight. Don't want to see it.
Yeah, but this is what's negative about these people with this obsession with the belts. Well, I mean, Boots wants to be undisputed. So what? So you beat Kelly, and that makes it a big accomplishment. You beat Kelly as opposed to Ortiz. Now, look, there is a bright side to if he fights Kelly. There is a bright side in the fact that maybe Ortiz gets a tune-up because he hasn't fought since November. So maybe let him get another fight. Otherwise, if Ennis beats him, then Ortiz is always going to have that excuse of, well, I hadn't fought since November, man. It's like, okay, well, whose fault is that? So that's what I'm saying. But the other interesting thing about this is there's this obsession with the belts, right? And I agree Ennis is the A side. And that's why I think it's ridiculous for Ortiz and his team to ask for too much in this fight because they're not the A side. Again, I'm not saying they're Ennis is the A side by that much, but it's quite clear that Ennis draws a better crowd and he does have indeed 2 belts. But it's interesting. I've seen some people saying like, well, if Ennis doesn't want to fight him, he doesn't have to fight him. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. I agree that if Ortiz asks for the moon and the stars, Ennis can tell him to go kick rocks. But we didn't see that same energy from the same people saying that when Canelo refused to fight Benavidez because Benavidez' team were asking for TV rights. Back then it was, well, Canelo's the A side. He can make any fight he wants. He should acquiesce to all the demands, which never made any sense, by the way. Like, why would you give everything away and just say, well, I'm the A side, so I should be ultra generous and just sacrifice everything for the fans? I mean, that would be nice, but that's not how it works. Because in a business perspective, in transaction, if you give away too much, then people keep asking for more and more in subsequent negotiations. Back then, it was okay for Benavidez' team to ask for insane demands, even though they were the clear B side against the big name in boxing, perhaps the biggest name in boxing. But now with Ennis and Ortiz, hey man, Ortiz, he's asking for too much. Ennis should just tell him to fuck off. No, I'm not hearing the same thing from Canelo Benavidez saying, hey, well, Ennis is the A side. He can make any fight he wants. Now it's okay for him to not fight Ortiz, which is weird. Again, I'm on the side of the people of Ennis' side if Ortiz asks for too much. But I'm just saying, at least I'm keeping it consistent here. Other people, I don't see the same thing. So I don't know. That's just one of the complications of being a boxing fan, that some people change their standards when it suits them or when they dislike a particular fighter. So that's the way it works for them. And that's one of the reasons why we're in the state of boxing that we're in right now. It's a mess.
I don't think, can I just add to that? I think Josh Kelly he's a decent fighter.
Of course.
He reminds me of probably like a Chris Algieri type. That's where he is positioned. I don't think he's that bad. I mean, he has a little white chocolate in him. I thought he boxed. He lands good shots. It was a tougher fight for him that a black Irishman guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the overwhelming consensus is that, Boots destroys him. That's all I'm seeing. Like, nobody's giving Kelly a shot, but all of a sudden that's what they want to see. And that just makes no sense to me. It's like, wait, you're saying he's a 10-1 underdog. He's going to get murdered against
Let's make
Boots
it
murder.
happen next.
Yeah, but that's the one you want. It makes no sense to me The only sense they can make out of it is the belt, but it's a paper championship. I mean, that's what he has. Is he's just a titleist, and Boots destroying him is going to prove what?
Yeah,
But
people,
they're all paper champions. Pandora's the champion at that weight.
Well, because
So he's the real
we talk-
champion. That's the real
We
guy.
talk about the legacy fights. They always talk about this term legacy fights. Ortiz Ennis is a legacy fight because that is going to add to Jaron Ennis's resume. Josh Kelly will be a fart in the wind when it's all said and done. He'll be Chris Algieri, a guy you got a belt off of, but nothing more. Like Manny Pacquiao got a
He's
belt off of.
way less entertaining than a fart in the wind. Just got to be honest.
Who? Josh Kelly? No, I'm
Yeah.
saying as far as the legacy fights, the legacy fights for Jaron Ennis is Fandora or Ortiz, but Josh Kelly is going to be, Manny Pacquiao beat a guy named David Diaz, but nobody remembers that. It was for a title too. I think his only title. That should have been a big deal, but it was an era where it was like he got no credit for David Diaz. People thought they gave him. They actually kind of shit on it. I think the pay-per-view tanked.
You know, it's interesting. Yeah, well, I think it did. I don't remember though, but your point still stands. It's one of those fights that it's like you said. Look, I'm not nobody here is calling Josh Kelly a bum. However, Jaron Ennis is just we know. Okay, what I'm saying is Jaron Ennis is just as fast, if not even if is slower than Kelly. It would be by a little. I think they're about the same in speed, but he hits harder and he's more durable. And we've seen that Kelly is not durable at all. Look at him; his face was falling apart against this dude, who's not even a big puncher, the Black Irishman. So it really boggles the mind. Like, in other words, boxing fans, we want to see fights that we don't know what's going to happen, like a 50-50 fight, or at least or thereabouts, right? Where you go, what's going to happen? I don't know. Even if this guy wins, I think this dude is still going to give him a very tough fight. With Kelly, it's pretty much well known, man. He's going to get cut up. He's going to get caught with something. Even not old ass, rusty ass, inactive Murtazaliev busted him up and dropped him. I think he should have been 2 knockdowns. I think they didn't count 1. And you're thinking, well, what's going on here? Like, that's the dude. And imagine what Ennis does to him. So again, I'm not saying Kelly could end up pulling off the upset, but what I'm saying is most people already know what's going to happen. It's a 70-30 fight. Yes.
Let me throw something else at you, and it's the racial component. When Canelo or somebody else beats a Kelly, it's a UK bum. But when they do it, this guy's a champion. And nobody's speaking on that. And there's one particular in your chat, UK bum. That's all you hear. But when Ennis fights Kelly, he beat everybody. He's a champion.
That excellent point from Frank Bay. I gotta tell you, if we have to assign great point of the day, it has to be to Frank. Like I said, the double standard, like the shifting standards. Well, UK bomb, Euro bomb, blah blah blah. By the way, that's why I like when Precise came up with the term Amero bomb. Because you had these guys like Broner and Montana Love, and to a certain degree, even a guy like Sean Porter is like, these guys. If they were European, you bet your ass they would be called Eurobums because they didn't live up to the hype, blah blah blah. But hey, it's some pasty white guy from Europe. Yeah, he's got to be a bum. But if it's another guy, he's athletic, he's skilled, slick, blah blah blah. But Frank is making a correct point. All of a sudden, all these people want to see him fight Kelly Ennis, that is, because he's got a belt. But isn't he supposed to be a UK bum? What's that about?
Well, they're trying to protect the guy, right? They don't want him to take the hard fights. His fans, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, look, we'd have to run a poll at some point. I don't trust the BDA polls anymore, by the way, because as we said, it's some of the people that vote there aren't exactly the people that we see on the show. And I don't know if they're trolling.
I see your polls; they're really interesting.
I don't know if they're trolling.
Well, who won the Tim Tzyu Boots fight? Not Boots.
Spence.
The Tim Tzyu Spence. I'm assuming it's Earl Spence. They thought was going to win.
I forget. I know we had this crazy poll here. I couldn't believe this one here. Look at this one. I forget who posted that on the Discord. Whoever made this one, shout out to you. I think it was the Canman, I think. No, but yeah, look.
That's ridiculous.
No, yeah, look, we appreciate
votes for him.
I like the polls, though. I like the polls because it lets me know what people are thinking. And so we appreciate the polls and the votes. Keep the votes coming. But yeah, I mean, Frank made the excellent point. If Ortiz were to beat Kelly, I do wonder what people would say about that win. I mean, look, even some people even try to discredit the Madrimov win. Well, what did Madrimov do? Who was he? Blah blah blah. I don't know. To me, that was a better win than the Zayas win. That's all I can say about that. I don't really give a shit if he had 2 belts, 3 belts, 4 belts. All the comrades in the world didn't make him a better fighter than Madrimov. So that's where I'm at with that fight, and hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. And yeah, Josh Kelly, like I said, good fighter, but I think we all know that the inevitable will probably be that he gets cut and caught with a big shot and ends up going down against Jaron Ennis. He wasn't the only. I'm telling you. Yes, go ahead.
He's going to become a brawler. Kelly, he's not going to move around.
Wait, you're saying something's going to happen, something weird's going to happen?
He's a brawler now, everyone.
I don't know about that. But I'm telling you.
That happens. That is highly suspect.
This weekend, speaking of suspect, people look suspect all around, man. Hamza Sheeraz, who a lot of people say is Turkey Al-Sheikh's favorite boy toy. I'm not saying that, by the way. The other people are saying it. Ended up struggling against Simon Zackenhuber. I don't know if it was German or Polish. It doesn't sound Polish, by the way. He looks Polish. He ended up winning by scores of 114, 113, by the way. No, excuse me. 114, 113, and 115, 113. Very close scorecards against an unheralded opponent. 114, 113, 115, 113, and 116, 112. So unanimous decision, but nevertheless very, very close. Sheeraz moves up to 24-0 with 1 draw and 19 knockouts. The other dude is now 29-2 with 18 knockouts, but he ended up giving Sheeraz a tough fight. Sheeraz said, I can't put him away. I didn't see that fight either. That's when I left to run some errands. But I saw the highlights, and I don't know, they only showed like 15 seconds of worth of highlights or thereabouts, so I couldn't really tell. I had to rewatch.
It was garbage. I mean, the fight was terrible.
Really, that bad?
And I think Sheeraz might have actually lost that fight.
Whoa!
And he didn't look very good at all. He was barely even throwing punches. The other guy was actually working, moving around. He was doing a lot more. This guy's just walking around with his hands up, barely throwing anything at all.
Was he trying?
And then when you look at the unofficial scorecards, they're giving Sheeraz like almost every round.
Nah,
I'm like, well, how? We're doing what?
But okay, I gotta ask. What was
Sheeraz.
based on what I saw? I saw Sheeraz coming forward, but again, they only show like 15 seconds worth of highlights. Was he coming forward in most of the fight, or how did the fight trans?
He was coming forward, high guard, throwing a punch here and there. But the other guy was, I think, hitting him more and throwing more.
So he was outworking Sheeraz.
No.
I guess
ass.
Sheeraz.
Yeah. You're sure to have an ass fight with that guy in the ring most times. That's what it is.
Okay. Did anybody watch the fight?
I watched it. We were watching
I just
it. We were watching it at the Taqueria, and what I gathered from everybody there, just like Fu was saying, it was looking like it was like a 9-3. This dude, Sheeraz, sheer ass was looking like sheer ass. It's not the first time we've seen struggle with somebody that he's supposed to outbox. And it must be some of the power, man, where they just get him a little gun shy and he gets a little reserved. That's what I'm starting to think. He's a sandman. That chin's made out of sand, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys had a 9-3. I thought he totally dominated. I don't know, but I'm seeing online. I guess people thought the other guy was landing anything or was having good moments, because I didn't see it. I was watching it here and there while running errands. But I thought he totally
another guy running errands. But you guys are hanging out together with them.
Listen, we're different sides of the world, different codes. Don't start thinking weird things.
He's bringing it up. He's like Frank Bay. There's a friendship going on here.
You guys went to Walmart, used the joint account for some groceries.
We're part of the running errands Discord. It's only available to a select few. So, but
I was watching the fight. I was watching the fight. It's called technology.
Whoa.
I mean, I had my phone
on the cell phone.
Well, no, I was. If you want to know, I was at the gym. I was pumping iron. I had to get it in.
Now you're at the gym, huh?
Who's
iron? Look at me sideways, like who's these sweaty men on his screen? I'm like, hey, it's a boxing match.
But hey, you know what?
Go ahead.
Sheeraz said after the fight that he could make a million excuses, but that he didn't want to. And then, of course, he proceeded to make one by saying that he needed a threat in front of him. So he's saying that he fought down to the level of opposition.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's suggesting.
Well, I had an excellent point. Hopefully, you guys understand me. No, okay. So I wanted to ask you guys what you thought, because the scores kind of defeat my argument. But Hamza put on a masterclass. But when it's that, now it's boring. But when Shakur did it, it was exciting masterclass. And I thought Shiraz did what he was supposed to do. He was boxing from the outside, controlled the action, didn't take any risks, and people shit on it. But when Shakur does it, it's a masterclass.
Well, it's interesting too. That's an excellent point. But it's also interesting that when Shakur Stevenson has a tough fight, say against William Cepeda, it's because he made it difficult. He chose to make it difficult. In other words, you can't lose with the guy. If he runs around the ring, it's you don't appreciate boxing. And if he has a tough fight where the other guy puts him on the ropes and keeps him on the ropes, well, it's because he chose to be there. So yeah, you're right. Though,
if he gets knocked out, he's like, I wanted to do that.
I wanted to taste defeat. Yeah. How come people don't? Yeah, it's Frank is bringing up another excellent point. How come people aren't saying that about Sheeraz? Hey, it's a sweet science, man. If you don't like it, I mean, you found it boring because you just don't understand the intricacies of pugilism.
Well, this is the post that I'm getting on online, right? Checking the Twitter feed, the X feed. These are the same people that praised the Shakur performance against Tio, the one gear, but with Sheeraz, they didn't appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm genuinely asking, I thought it was a masterclass. I thought he kept range. He boxed a inferior opponent, and he didn't take any risks. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, why didn't you appreciate it, guys? Why are you complaining about it? It's a it's a boring performance. That means that it was high tech, high level, high skill. I mean, the less drama, the better, right? Why aren't people praising that type of performance? That's a great point from Frank Bay. And I don't think we're going to get an answer to it, unfortunately. But, yeah, man, I don't know. Different standards, like we were saying. That should be the theme of the show.
The other thing, when I guess Diego Pacheco had ducked Hamza Sheeraz, that was what people were saying. And I seen people saying that Hamza would smoke Diego anyway. And now people are, this is the crazy thing. Right now, everybody's like, oh, Diego's gonna smoke Hamza. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's a difficult fight for both guys. I would favor Hamza Sheeraz, though.
You would? Still?
I think Pacheco, watching him last night, I think Pacheco will beat the shit out of him. That's a nothing fight, actually.
I feel like Hamza Sheeraz, I didn't say who's going to win. I'm saying I would favor Hamza. I think he would be the favorite because he's able to keep distance better. And I don't think a lot of what Diego was working on is going to be effective against Hamza Sheeraz. You'll have to match quickness with Sheeraz. He has extremely quick hands.
Sheeraz was barely throwing punches. I mean, I think Pacheco can run him over, and I don't even think Pacheco's that good. I think he still will beat the beep out of Sheeraz.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting fight. I don't think either guys. I don't think they're gonna want to make it. Again, it's Matchroom Pacheco's side against Queensberry, which is Shiraz's side. They're all under the zone umbrella, but I don't know if I think they're gonna be very careful about making that one because they don't. I would like to see it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would like.
I mean, that's a decent fight, right?
There's Pacheco.
They're playing the Canelo sweepstakes. That's why I didn't give Diego Pacheco too much grief for ducking Hamza, as people were saying, because I think
that is Diego. Yeah, that's Diego Pachnico. That's Diego Pachnico right there.
I thought after watching Hamza and the Berlanga fight, I was like, maybe that's not the guy for Canelo, in his older age. But after watching him yesterday, I'm like, dude, Canelo's gonna beat that guy. That's not much of a fight for him.
Which guy?
He's gonna just bust his body up. Hamza. Hamza.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. It would be a little bit like the Callum Smith
I think
fight.
he beats that guy. Yeah, I think he beats him. Yeah, he's gonna break his body to pieces.
Well, we'll see how Canelo looks against Mbili.
Yeah,
because we don't know. His knees don't look all that great. Canelo's.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of looking great,
pro wrestler knees.
Exactly.
He should come in like Stone Cold Steve Austin, with the knee braces.
Oh,
he can walk in here, drink some beers.
Speaking of great performances, an all-time great came along. A guy that would have beaten all your favorite fighters if they had the balls to fight him. Talking about Demetrius Andrade, came back on Friday on the zone, took out a guy that looked, and he looked stiff as a board, let me tell you. This dude looked, he had no dexterity on him. And Demetrius Andrade knocked him out cold, it seemed, in the first round. And now he's calling out... was the Toolman Taylor. He looks like he's back. He was calling everybody out. The promoter came along, and he was a weird-looking promoter guy. he looked like a wrestling promoter, one of those old. Remember that there was that what was it called? It was a company that folded, wrestling company. Revolution should probably know who he was. This little Jewish guy, and he rented out a Vegas
UWF.
Which one? What?
UWF.
UWF. What was the name of that guy? Short Jewish guy.
Herb Abrams.
Herb Abrams. Thank you,
Herb
Louisiana.
Abrams.
That's what this guy looked like.
This was on Dark Side of the Ring on Vice. He just was this fucking. I don't know how he got all his money to start the company up, but he was just a money mark that was running wrestling shows. He got way in over his head, and he died fucking doing cocaine and hookers and jumping out a hotel window or some shit. He was nuts.
The only way to go. And by the way, he got his money probably from the same people that gave the guy from The Room the money to make that movie. What was the guy? Wiseau, Tommy Wiseau. You know how nobody knows where he got.
That's a good. Tommy Wiseau. I met him before.
I'm pretty sure you guys would get along for some reason. I don't know why. I think you and him are on the same wavelength or something.
No, come on.
You're tearing me apart, Mr. BDA.
I did not hit her. But I do. Makes you wonder where they got their money from. But so Demetrius Andrade is back. Guys, is he going to get any type of shot? I mean, again, or are the top names going to duck him still? Till this day?
They're ducking him.
I think he'll get a fight. He'll get a fight because now he's vulnerable, and he's going to be there to get knocked the fuck out. So he'll get a fight. I don't know how many.
Since he got knocked.
Now hold on, Sobers. You're the expert matchmaker when it comes to throwing out the trash, as it were. That's your term. I'm not the one using it. So what would be the perfect fight for Andrade for that to happen? Like, who would you like to see him in?
168.
All
right. Well, I have a couple. One right. You could try to revisit this old ass fight that never happened with Charlo, and that could be like loser goes home. You could put Munguia. Not Munguia. Yeah, I'll put him there with Munguia, bro. To be honest, I would like to see that.
Ooh,
let's see Andrade and Munguia. Or you know what? Let's be nice. Give him a title shot. Let him fight. What's his name? What's the other one's name? Resendez. That wouldn't be that bad either.
Resendez doesn't have a title shot anymore. Doesn't have a title.
Okay.
He lost it.
He lost it.
I wouldn't mind seeing Andrade versus Benavidez too.
Benavidez,
the rematch. Yeah, the rematch.
Why
not? Why not? And not for nothing, but Andrade finally came out and said that the reason why he looked bad against them. Well, he said that his mother had passed away.
I like what you're saying. You know, saying I speaking my language. Andrade versus Benavidez too.
Yeah, why not, man? I mean, I don't think he wins.
Andrade
but
probably would have to go up to cruiserweight. But hey, man, fuck it.
He wouldn't have to cut weight anymore. And on top of that, maybe this time he does give it his all and he doesn't quit the way he did.
He'll have more power.
Yeah, I remember immediately after the fight, I said it looks like he quit, and some people called in. It's like you don't know that, you don't know what happened, and it's been 2 years now, and there hasn't been any new information about him having an injury or something. He just flat out said no mas. After 2.5 rounds of taking a beating, that's all. Caleb Plant took about 6 rounds of a beating. He never quit. Andrade, for some reason, I don't know. Again, he said that
maybe he didn't quit. Maybe it was his team, and you know what? He does deserve the chance to show that he didn't quit and to give it his all one last time.
I'll say this, man. Andrade, he has power against this low-level opposition, and that's one of the frustrating things about Andrade is the fact that he did hit relatively hard, but he was content to just skate to a decision. And on top of that, his stamina wasn't all that great. So I think that's one of the other reasons why he couldn't finish his opponent. So bad stamina. And at 38 years old, or however old he is, I don't think it's going to get any better. In fact, there was one of the guys next to him, one of his cornermen had a snack shirt on. So he's on the snack. He's always been a snack-sponsored athlete. One of the first ones, I believe. So, yeah, not a very good representative of snack, because snack usually gives you good stamina, with their supplements. And Andrade just didn't have good stamina, so I guess the snack maybe didn't hit the right spot. I don't know. Also, real quick, man, this is interesting. This was before the Fury-Joshua fights, their respective fights. Carl Froch, former super middleweight titleist, said that neither AJ nor Fury belong in the Hall of Fame. He had this to say. I'm telling you, he says, AJ fought most of the people who were mandatory. He beat Klitschko and fought the likes of Povetkin, so he has names on his record, but he never fought Deontay Wilder, and he never fought Luis Ortiz when Ortiz was a dangerous name. Guys, are we still on that meme about Ortiz being the boogeyman of the division?
That's ridiculous.
It's a meme.
That's goofy.
Luis Ortiz.
That's goofy. Wilder, I understand because, like, at least for AJ, yeah, Wilder, dude. AJ,
What?
that was either fight Wilder or fight Fury. He's done neither.
Well, who doesn't get into the Hall of Fame?
Carl Froch says that neither Fury nor AJ get into the Hall of Fame.
Nah, AJ deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Is that right?
I don't know about Fury. I mean, he fought almost every top heavyweight.
But it makes no
Almost all
sense.
of them.
For hold on, Froch says, well, AJ shouldn't get in because he never fought Wilder, but then he says Fury shouldn't get in either, even though
He
he
didn't fight
beat Wilder twice.
That's ridiculous. Look, Wilder ducked Andy Ruiz. I mean, come on.
But you understand what I'm saying? He's saying Joshua shouldn't get in because he didn't beat Wilder, but then he says Fury shouldn't get in either, even though he beat Wilder twice.
Yeah, that's stupid. Stupid.
I don't know what Froch is on.
I mean,
It's hard to say
Fury
'cause,
didn't do much.
You take things into consideration. Yeah, we don't like the belts, but Wilder was the guy that had the belt for the fucking unification at one point, right? If
Right.
I'm not mistaken. I mean, undisputed. He could have made undisputed. It was also the public perception. People just wanted that fight. Whether he's good or not, I mean, there's like AJ's fought plenty of fucking guys that he could have fought fucking Wilder instead. It was a lot of politicking and posturing that didn't make that shit happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Maybe it wasn't out of fear, maybe AJ wasn't like, oh, ducking the fight, but maybe they just marinated it too much, mismanaged it. But still, that's like a big missing piece. If he retired today, like, goddamn, Fury and damn, he would be like, he didn't fight either of those guys.
Yeah, and maybe that's that's the other aspect that a lot of maybe Usyk people don't want to talk about, which is, okay, he was the best heavyweight of his era. Usyk was, but were those guys that he beat really the best?
Yeah.
Carl Froch continued by saying, you look at the way Joshua lost to Usyk, the way he got badly knocked out by Daniel Dubois, and the defeat to Andy Ruiz, who hasn't got many other significant wins on his record. Unfortunately, he says Joshua's record eliminates him from being in the Hall of Fame. Now, it's interesting because he says that the way he lost to Usyk, well, there were competitive fights. It's not like Usyk won every round, and the second one was closer than the first. So that I don't necessarily agree with Froch. But then he talks about him being flattened a bunch of times, referring to the Daniel Dubois and Andy Ruiz fight, the first one. So what do you guys think about that? Is that
now getting knocked out excludes you from the Hall of Fame somehow?
Well, when I think of Hall of Fame, I think dominance. I think you had to have been a dominant fighter for I mean, a prime honestly only lasts about 3 to 5 years. I think 3 minimum and 5 at the most. That's my taking of it, right? Because I mean, are you really dominant for 10 years, especially in a sport like the sport of boxing and how little they fight? But was AJ dominant? I think you can make a case that he was the dominant guy in his division for 3 to 4 years.
He definitely wasn't Wilder. So AJ,
the dominant force.
Yeah,
he almost was.
I mean, no, look, AJ,
Almost.
AJ is the guy. I mean, look, he beat Klitschko. People say, oh, Klitschko got off a couch. Okay, but he beat him. He beat Joseph Parker. He beat Povetkin. That was the guy that Wilder didn't want to fight him. Yeah, remember that whole shenanigan?
You're making the case that AJ was the dominant man. He was the dominant man in position.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just throwing out this food for thought, man.
You can't wait. Can I just because you can't make the division, right? Like whether if the division was shallow or was deep, I mean, we can't make it for the fighter. I mean, you can only fight who's in front of them. When there's other divisions where between 135 and 154 where these guys can jump up and down, that's different, right? Because there's talent on each side. No matter where you go, there's going to be talent. But in heavyweight, it's a little bit different.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying Joshua was the best heavyweight out there of all time. What I'm saying is, for a while there, when Fury retired, and then when Fury had his short-lived retirement, and Wilder was, compare the opposition between Wilder and Joshua. It's night and day. Joshua fought some top dudes. Wilder was fighting old ass Arreola, Eric Molina, what's his name, Steve Earn, who in the rematch, like Stu used to say, he looked like a Barry White in there. It's a horrible shape. I mean, it's just, it's night and day, is what I'm saying. And so Joshua, yes.
Like, even with hindsight, can we look back and say, like, for sure, like, okay, why Joshua would have beaten Wilder at that point. Because the way Ruiz fucking got him, and like even he's taken losses since then, like it's still a threat. Even with hindsight, looking back,
Ruiz is a
Wilder
lot
would have
better
always
than
been
Wilder.
a threat to AJ.
I mean, Revolucion, looking at how Wilder fought against what's his name, Chisora in the last time, I thought Chisora was going to run through him, and I saw that Wilder still has a little bit left. The problem with fighting Wilder, was a lot of these dudes, they don't know how to close the distance. They see these dudes leaning back, and they go, oh shit, he's going to counter me while he's leaning back. It's very rare for Wilder to be able to generate counter-punching power when he's leaning back and he's so scared and his eyes are wide open, like he just got a colonoscopy. You got to press him, and Joshua wouldn't have pressed him. Well, Joshua would have waited. He would be finding him in the center of the ring, and that would have given Wilder space and the wherewithal to load up that spring of his with the right hand and launch it. And I don't know if Joshua would have been able to take it. That's true. That's true.
I think AJ would have knocked the guy out.
Hold on. The foot twins are talking at the same time. Revolucion, go ahead, please.
I was saying, all I've learned about Joshua over time is that like he can get knocked out. Like he's been consistently, I don't know if the word is chinny or whatever, but I mean from the Klitschko knockdown all the way till fucking last night. He's always like people can knock him down. It's not the fucking hardest thing in the world.
But he could punch. And the thing with Wilder is that he waits and waits and waits and waits and waits. I mean, look, if he's got the right trainer, AJ, you just stomp Wilder real quick. He'll lay him out for real. He'll lay him out the same way he did the guy yesterday. But I'll say it's a real fight, and he goes in there and just knocks him out.
But
that dude just waits and waits. He waits way too long to throw his stupid ass right hand.
Yeah, that's true.
AJ he'd just put him out real quick.
I could do it now. I could see that too. Yeah, the way he laid out Helenius. But that he would have to, because against Helenius does the same thing Wilder does. Helenius just doesn't have that quick straight right. Yeah, and I think look at how much he waited. Joshua was the one waiting against Helenius. I mean, he was trying to track him down, but he just couldn't pin him down. Yeah. And then he finally did.
He's better when he just gets aggressive and comes in and he's first.
But he's never really been that way. He's never been that way, Joshua.
I mean, he did it with Klitschko. Remember, he was just he's come forward like a bull and just started just going to war with him.
He used to fight with less fear. He used to be more aggressive, but then when he started getting hurt and he understood how vulnerable he was, he started fighting with more fear. Especially after what Andy Ruiz did to him.
Whoa,
that probably really messed his head up.
But what happened against Klitschko when he jumped on him? By the way. He got tired. He needed 4 rounds to recuperate, and if it would have been against a young Klitschko, or even actually against a young Klitschko, I think things wouldn't have been that different because Klitschko too, he wasn't an aggressive guy either. Remember when Emmanuel Stewart was screaming at him in the Eddie Chambers fight? Knock out this motherfucker! What are you talking? Like he was like, yeah, you're 6 feet 6 inches tall.
The bullshit title away from you.
6 feet 6 inches tall, 250 pounds, and the guy's afraid. I mean, come on.
In his fight against fucking Abragamov. It's like every single fucking round of Stewart's in there like, I'm telling you, they don't want to see this shit. You got to get them out of there. People are sick and tired of these goddamn decisions. And I swear to God, I think Klitschko at one point he's like, Manuel, I am trying, Manuel.
I will try, Manuel. I will try. Yeah, he was saying that.
Nagging his ass, dude.
Blah.
People are sick and tired of seeing this shit.
Fuck you. No, he didn't say that.
12 rounder.
By the way,
he's right there. He's so annoying.
Already.
Why are you guys making him sound like Tim Bradley all of a sudden? You know when Tim Bradley records his little podcast in the car?
Ooh, sugar pie.
By the way, shout out to Rapax Trucking Company. Shout out to Rapax Trucking Company 10-4 for his contribution with the super chat. And Rapax Trucking Company says Deontay Ducks Wilder Quackus. Whoa. Oh, Deontay Duckus Wilder Quackus is the scientific name for the duck discovered in the great state of Alabama. It is known for avoiding Klitschko and AJ. Oh, I don't like the way you're dehumanizing Deontay Wilder there. That sounds like
that was creative.
It was creative, I must say, but I don't like the undertones. Deontay Duckus Wilder Quackus. That's what Rapex does when he's out on the road. He's listening to these audiobooks from the Galapagos Islands. They have this different type of species that just sprang out. He knows all the names, all Latin names.
Surprised you have a lot of anthropologists to listen to you, BDA.
I mean, we have
a crew.
The demographics, I've said it before, they run the gamut. I mean, we have people from all walks of life and It really is quite amazing when I saw the
You have an
numbers.
academia niche.
Academia. Yeah, we have people from academia. We have intellectuals. We have salt of the earth type of people who, you don't want to disrespect them when you see them face to face. I mean, they'll joke around. They're like, what's his name? The actor who plays the Punisher in the TV show. What's his name? He was in The Walking Dead too. The guy with the hat that says "Burn Local."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
That dude.
He
People
plays
say
the same character in every movie.
You know what? People say he grew up in a rich family, but nah, sorry, Bob. I know the true story. He grew up, and people know it because they've said it on the internet. He grew up in a tough neighborhood, man. He was a no-nonsense guy, but he understood people too. He listened. He was a caring, tough guy. But then one day he ended up getting into a fist fight with somebody, knocked the guy out cold. I'm talking cold, hit the head on the pavement, and the judge told him, "Look, you got two choices. You go to jail or you join the army." He joined the army, and he became all that he could be. And so that's the type of guy he is, stand-up guy. And that's the type of people we have here in the chat.
I think you made that all up. You made that up.
I don't know about that. Possibly.
None of that happened. None of it.
Highly likely, and 100% you're pretty much right. But it's possible, is what I'm saying. You can't deny that it's impossible. I mean, you can't deny that it's possible. What the fuck am I saying? Anyway, look, we've been on for 2 hours, and I think we barely scratched the surface of what we wanted to touch on here. But yeah, Irish Andrew Ward is telling me John Barenthal, he's a Jew from Bethesda, Maryland, or MD. No, that's not true. That's not true. No, I'm telling you, the judge gave him a choice, said, you go to jail after all your transgressions, but I see you got a kind heart and a good heart. So I can let you go to join the military and be all you can be, and you can come back and serve your country. And he said, sir, just give me a chance and I'll prove to you that I am worth keeping around. And so that's what happened. Even there was one tale where
he just went to a bar mitzvah and then he got
that's not true. There was a case. I saw another story where he was at a bar and these tough guys came along, like these two tough guys, and there were bar mitzvah. Yeah. These two tough guys were getting a little tad rough with one of the ladies. So John just said, "Hey guys, just back off, all right?" And the guys go, and the guy's like, "Who the fuck? What the hell are you gonna do?" They said, "What the hell are you gonna do?" And he said, "You don't want to know what I would do." And he just stared them down, and they looked at each other, and they tried to save face, and they said, this bar sucks," and they walked away. But they knew, like just staring at John Barenthal, that the things that he saw growing up in the streets.
Face.
Was that?
He did his De Niro face.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, John Barenthal is not to be messed with, man. He grew up in the mean streets of Maryland. So
mean streets of yeah.
By the way, Irish Andrew Ward keeps saying
in a gated community.
Irish Andrew Ward keeps saying maybe he did full service at the Old Learning Man at the country club. I'm sure he wore a uniform. Like obviously, I'm kidding about the whole thing of him being a tough guy. He grew up. Yeah, you look into his life, and he grew up pretty comfy. Is what I'm saying.
He worked at the golf course as a teen, and he got pissed because the people didn't clean their balls.
Oh. And people didn't burn local. That's the other problem. Now, listen, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. Yes.
Said hit the like.
Hit the like. Now, yeah, I was just interested in that whole Joshua Fury thing about them, Carl Frosch saying they wouldn't make it into the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about all of that later on in another episode. Featherweight Rado Tsutsumi scored a second-round stoppage of Alvino Herrera on the undercard of the AJ fight. And he's now 5-0 with 4 knockouts. Watch out for this dude, featherweight. Really, he's a powerhouse. The Japanese are probably already hailing him as the next Inoue. But Inoue could fight backwards, coming forward. He obviously had high-level skills. We don't know that about Tsutsumi yet because he's only gone the distance once. So keep an eye on him, but they're going to move him fast. Best believe that. Also, on the undercard of Tzyu versus Spence, we're supposed to have Charlo and Stephen Fulton fighting in separate bouts. Of course, that didn't happen because, well, Charlo couldn't get into the country because he led the cops on a wild police car chase, not that long ago. So the Australians wouldn't let him in. Isn't it ironic that the country that was founded by criminals won't allow criminals in there? I mean, isn't that a little bit discriminatory? That's like an immigrant saying, I don't want immigrants in my country. Meanwhile, you're an immigrant. Second of all, Stephen Fulton was supposed to be there as well on the undercard.
A lot of Mexicans like that, dude.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Like, hey, man, the type of Mexicans that, they've done it all, man. They were in the army. They train dogs. Their kids can beat everybody up on the internet. I mean, I'm telling you, you gotta watch out for those people. But what I was going to say was that Stephen Fulton was also supposed to fight on the undercard. he changed the weight limit to 133. It was supposed to be 130. Then he said 133. Then when Liam Wilson pointed that out on Friday at the press conference, or I think it was Thursday, Stephen Fulton said, no, this was all agreed upon weeks ago. But it makes no sense because one of the guys from Boxing Scene, or one of the ex-guys from Boxing Scene, said that the press release that they got days ago said that the fight was going to be at 130, which indicates that, yes, the weight was changed at the last minute, which was all a moot point, by the way, because Stephen Fulton ended up weighing 139 pounds during the weigh-in. They ended up canceling the fight. And Tim Bradley, I'm telling you, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose to try to get people riled up or whatever, but he made it weird, is all I'm saying. He went into a weird route. Listen to what he had to say in regards to Stephen Fulton failing to make weight.
Oh boy. Serious. Stephen Fulton, what the hell going on, bro? Philly cheesesteaks won again. Man, they need to put one of them APs out on your ass, bro. Hey, if you see this guy, on the milk carton and shit, you know what I'm saying, in the paper, on the radio, all that. Hey, when you see this guy right here walking to the restaurant, don't serve him shit.
Motherfucking ass.
Okay, that's food talking, by the way. That's not for Tim Bradley right now. But let's keep hearing what Tim Bradley had to say.
Don't serve him nothing at all. Shit.
Hey, isn't that racist? Don't serve him? Why? Because the color of his skin. What is he trying to say?
Shit.
Put him in the back of the bus. What, Tim? What are you saying? Come on, man.
Bozy, you need to put a ball and chain and lock on the refrigerator, man.
Put a chain around him. I'm telling you. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. This dude is on something else, man. I don't know what he's thinking. I've said it before.
Lock him in the room and whip him.
For real. Every time he in training camp. This dude, man. Career suicide. The man can't stop eating. That's the problem. I don't get it. All that money, man, you done left on the damn table, bro.
Wait, he's telling Bomac to control someone else eating? Is that what he's suggesting?
No. He said Bomac. He said Ennis. Bozy Ennis.
Oh, okay. I'll come on saying, what the fuck?
That's why all the Bomax fighters. All the Bomax fighters are in good shape because he's always like grabbing the bites off their plates and shit. They don't even notice.
Get a little nibble here and there.
Easiest.
Can I take a little bite, Bomac, off your third hero sandwich you ate today?
Just dipping a finger.
Like, I swear I'm not getting enough calories. No. We got the portions. The portions are good.
Look,
Imagine if Bomac was training Victor Ortiz threw the pizza and he caught it and took a bite.
Oh yeah, he would have stepped in front of it with his mouth open, gobble that shit up, man.
He would have caught it midair like a frisbee.
like a whale at SeaWorld when you throw a bucket of fish and he's just
like completely second nature. Like he didn't even see it.
He just went right back to sitting in the chair doing pad work.
By the way, Sid Boxing Fu. I'm going to call him Fu from now on. Sid Boxing Fu says,
you can't do that with the
All right. Sid Boxing FU says, we need that Fu TV Bradley video. Oh, I'm pretty sure Fu's going to do something with it. Shout out to Sid Boxing FU for the suggestion. I'm pretty sure Fu was already thinking of it. He's 10 steps ahead when it comes to making
this motherfucking ass.
But listen to this. He's already making it racial, and then he goes on and makes it even more so. Check this out.
Talent you got. Come on. I swear, this is what everybody, black folks in the boxing business, black folks in general, period. Damn it.
Black folks in general, this is Johnny listening to what I got to say now.
By the way,
watermelon.
He started touching his skin, by the way, when he started saying that. Like, he subconsciously, he knew he was going there. Check this out. Let me just rewind.
He's on meth.
Maybe. He sounds like it.
I don't get it.
He takes meth before each video.
All that money, man, you done left on the damn table, bro. All that talent you got. Come on. I swear, this is what everybody, black folks in the boxing business, black folks in general.
When did this start with Bradley? He never used to talk like this.
Black folks in the boxing business, black folks in general, period. Damn it.
Now I'm going to speak. Business.
I don't give a damn. I'm about to speak. Yeah.
Hold up.
We set to a higher standard. Oh, we set to a higher standard. And when you have motherfuckers like this embarrass us, because we have to You know, we don't get the opportunities everybody get.
You see how guys like Bradley do this to them? You see how guys like Bradley do this to themselves? First of all, he's the one that's making it about a whole group. Nobody, I didn't see anybody on Twitter saying that, hey, Fulton, you're letting down the. I didn't see any non-Afro-Anglos say, man, this is what Afro-Anglos always do. This is how they operate. I didn't see anybody say anything racial. And that's Twitter. There's always somebody saying something racial. I didn't see it. So it's Timothy Bradley making it racial. And I don't know why he would. I know why he would do that, but we're going to get to that. But guys, what do you think about that? He's saying that they're held to a higher standard. They don't get the same opportunities. I agree, by the way. I agree that they don't get the same opportunities. They get better opportunities, but go ahead.
No, not held to a high standard. I don't agree with that. What's a high standard of what? Tapping and running? And hugging? That's not a high standard.
I feel like a lot of people come to this kind of like sentiment from a lot of like personal experiences and shit, and they just kind of amplify it over into like a big generalization. That's kind of what's happening. Like, I mean, I guess with Tim Bradley, I don't know what fucking shit he's gone through, but yeah, he used to be like kind of what Desert Storm, like military, straight laced kind of dude, right? Like
racist, and hardcore racist.
Yeah, now this shit of you know, your actions represent us as a whole group. You've made us look bad. So what? Now you're like he's shunned from the group. Like what? He's like not an acceptable black fighter now. He doesn't represent other black fighters. Like just be an individual.
Exactly.
Everybody's on their own individual shit.
Yeah,
who's he talking about? Who's he talking about again?
He's talking about Stephen Fulton, who failed to make weight. He weighed in 6 pounds over the agreed limit, even though they'd actually moved it up 3 pounds, and then he came out.
It seems to be common. It seems to be common with black fighters.
I mean, first of all,
maybe he's got his own little fucking issue with dieting and food. You know that is no fucking replica.
But hold on. I've heard that before. First of all, again, the thing I'm taking umbrage with Bradley here is that he's putting it on a whole group, and nobody did that. So he's the one that's actually making it about that. He's speaking in a bubble because I never saw anybody say that in regards to Fulton. So he's the one that's taking it there, and he shouldn't. Number two, we're held to a higher standard, he said. I disagree because I remember Bill Haney said the same thing about Mexican fighters. He says they get praise for doing half, and we gotta do double that to get the same praise. And then ironically, that same week, Farmer went the distance against Cepeda in the rematch. And instead of hearing people saying, hey man, Cepeda actually improved in the rematch, all I heard was, man, Farmer, one-armed Farmer, because he started pretending that he pulled a bicep or something. He went the distance, man. This guy, if he wouldn't have pulled that arm, it would have been different. I'm thinking, oh, there you go. So you're giving him props for losing, even though supposedly the Mexicans are the ones that get all the praise just for trying. And then a week later or thereabouts, Oscar Duarte beats Anthony Sims. And I keep hearing people saying, oh, man, got to give Anthony Sims credit, man. I thought he pulled it off, but, he pulled his heart out. He fought his heart out. I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. What about the praise for the guy that won? So, again, just because somebody says something is not a fact. And so for Tim Bradley to start saying, oh, they judge us as a whole group, that's not a fact. You're the one that's bringing that up into the conversation. Nobody else did that. So, again, I don't know. Timothy Bradley gets into a weird funk when he's in his car. When he's in the studio...
To me,
when he's hanging out by the local school.
Well, what I'm saying is real quick. What I'm saying is when he's in the car, I think he's got a broken exhaust pipe or something. I think some carbon dioxide is going into the car because he goes nuts.
The air conditioner's been broken.
Yeah, the Freon is warping his brain or something because he starts saying things that make no sense. But go ahead, Frank.
He must have a gas leak in there, bro. Some carbon monoxide leak in there. When he gets in there, he starts talking different.
To your question, BDA, it's not just isolated to boxing though. Right, when people speak like this, when a minority group, it's all against us. I mean, it's not isolated to boxing. He's kind of taking it to a whole nother level. But secondly, this lets you know what the conversations he's having behind closed doors. That to me what opens my eyes. It's like you're bringing to light what you guys talk about, how you angle and the narrative you're gonna create. And me, for one, I'm not buying it because everybody's oppressed. If white people are the most oppressed, right? If you ask white people, they're actually the oppressed right now. So I don't buy it. And it just lets me know what you and your crew, the Wards and the Shakurs and the Princes, that's what you guys are talking about. And how can we make this look like we're the good guys going against the bad people?
Well, let me add something to that. You don't have to even
complex.
Let me add to that. You don't even have to guess because we have the clips of Shakur Stevenson saying precisely the same thing. Crawford saying precisely the same thing. Andrew Ward saying the same thing. Oh, we're held to a different standard. Blah blah blah. I mean, again, it's the message goes out there to all the people out there, whether you're an Afro-Anglo, a Latino, whatever you want to call it, white, whatever. Nobody's gonna judge you, or don't let anybody judge you as a group or to put you into a group. You do the best you can in life, and if somebody's gonna judge you, people have a right to judge you. And if somebody judges you, that doesn't mean they're right. They could be wrong, and you don't have to get into it with them. Just continue doing your best. And try to get on the true path of the Crimson Cross if you can make it onto there. But this whole thing of groups, I'm part of a group. By the way, guys, I don't think I'm part of a group. I don't think and hopefully nobody judges me as, well, he's a Mexican. So I've seen people do it, by the way. Oh, he's Mexican, so he thinks this way, they think that way. They start stereotyping. I go, all right, that's their right if they want to look at it that way, but they're wrong. And I'm not going to stand here and start getting into it with them. Like, no, boy, let me tell you why you're wrong. I don't give a shit. But you're supposed to just get on your own road and do your own thing. Tim Bradley, evidently, like Frank Bay says, doesn't feel that way. He feels like they're being targeted, that they're held to a higher standard. Meanwhile, not for nothing, but Frank Bay did bring up the other good point the other day. He's like, hey, Bam Rodriguez, they're pushing him to the Inoue fight right away. Like, not right now, that's it. Chop, chop, no tune-up, no nothing. But then you guys got like Shakur Stevenson. It's like, the media is like, yeah, but he's a little guy. He's a little guy. He's a young 21-year-old up-and-coming featherweight. Guys, come on, don't.
He's a young fool. Little.
Yeah. So sometimes there are differences, and I'm not trying to play. People say, "Oh, now you're playing victim PDA." All I'm saying is this whole thing of, "Oh, there's different standards for different people." Yeah, I agree there are different standards, but this ain't it.
Different.
This ain't it. Yeah, this ain't it.
Different.
And it's about
higher standards.
You can call anybody a victim, but try to break it down with facts instead of just saying, "Well, you're this and you're that." Anybody can call another person name and ad hominem attacks. Actually, try to bring some facts into the equation, some arguments, some evidence. And that was disappointing to hear from Tim Bradley. Usually it's good for a laugh or two when he starts jawing in the car when he's all hopped up on fumes. But this time, I mean, it's he had to take it there, and that just goes to show you. Again, there was a Pew poll years ago that said, "What do you identify as?" And they asked different people, and it turns out that a lot of Afro-Anglos, they identify themselves by their race. Other people, they identify themselves as by their job, their status in their family, like I'm a father, or I'm a husband, or some people would say I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. For the most part, most Afro-Anglos said I'm a black man or I'm a black woman. So that's how they see the world. A lot of them, they see the world apparently through that lens of race, and that might explain why it's always that might explain why it's almost always racial with some of them. It's always about, well, you criticize.
Like Tim Bradley's the kind of guy to go in a room, let out one that's silent but deadly.
No.
And then when they look at him, he's like, why are you giving me that nasty look? Were you racist?
Now, do you think he has to cover for his wife too, though, by the way, when she pulls or does she, or do you figure that hers are loud and not smelly? The opposite.
Loud and ultra deadly.
Oh, come on.
He lets you know. And when she gives you a dirty look, she gives you the dirty look.
All right. Well, I don't know why you had to take it. I don't know why you had to take it there. I don't know why you had to take it.
I had to make it shitty.
You're holding him to a different standard, fool, and that's not right. You're holding him to a different
standard.
A different standard.
It's not a higher standard, a different standard.
But yeah, so that was Tim Bradley. Well, you guys want to hear some more because we didn't even get to halfway into the.
Yeah, can you do some more? But can you do his voice?
No, I'm not gonna try that, man. I don't do magic tricks. Like, hey, I'm not like you.
I give it a try.
I can do it on the spot. I have to warm up the vocals on. That's what I'd have to do.
Shit, we got the talent. And when we got the talent and we don't fulfill it and we don't nourish it and we don't, become successful at it, with it.
I like when he can't think of another word to use. He says, "You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, he's talking extemporaneously. It's not easy, man.
Oh man,
you're holding him to a different standard, fool. I don't like that. It's irresponsible and it's unfair.
Yeah.
What the hell going on? They look at us different. Oh, they look at us different.
Who? What is he talking? I mean, I'm telling you, man.
Who's that?
That's crucial, right there.
They're gonna look at you different if you keep bringing it up and you start acting like an asshole. Then yeah, people are gonna look at you different.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. There's there's nobody on the planet who has said, "Oh, Stephen Fulton couldn't make weight." Usual suspects.
Exactly.
You know who? Nobody's making
look,
this fucking
successful
this, assumption.
I mean, Bradley looks sort of like a seal. I think people would look at him different because of that, right?
That makes no sense.
Especially when he's angry, he really does look like a seal.
What, he was?
Done.
What, his dad was in the Navy, right? Desert Storm.
I think so.
Yeah. They experimented on him.
Makes
They mixed his DNA with the seal.
They experimented on him. We have the technology to make him into a seal man.
We have it. He looked like a seal versus Ruslan. Remember Ruslan? He was hitting with the seal punches on the ropes.
Ruslan. Oh, you're talking about Ruslan Podolnikov.
Yeah, remember Ruslan rocked him and Bradley was up on the ropes and throwing the seal punches like slabs. He looked like a seal.
Actually he's up in the ante. That's what it seems like Bradley's doing.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
Because he's up in it with with the second part. Now he's saying we got the talent, we most skills. Like, so he's up in the ante now, right?
Yeah.
They hold us to a different standard. We miss weight and they don't let us fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's.
So he's gonna finish. We was gods. We was kings.
Is that where he's going with this? For us. Look, when white guy misses weight, he gets to fight.
Brothers, we invented everything. Is that where he's gonna go with this, BDA?
It sounds like it. He already went there, Frank. Let's just be frank about it. No pun intended. He already went there.
Brothers, it's basically what he's saying, right? Like that's what he's saying.
I don't know what he's saying. What is he saying?
Well, let's keep hearing. Maybe we can figure it out.
Because they wish they had the talent that we possess.
Who's right there?
The guy missed weight. What the fuck is he talking about? Sorry.
Oh my god.
The guy missed weight. What is he? He's going on a rant now about race.
He said something very key there. What did he just say? They,
yeah.
They wish.
They
wish they had the talent we.
What do you mean by they?
Look, he looks like he's about to cry. Look at him.
Wait. Is this another interview? I thought this was about a guy missing weight.
Define they and define we.
Wait. Is this him talking about the guy that missed weight? Like, what is he? How does he go into this?
I wonder if they're gonna reprimand him the way Showtime did with Paulie Malignaggi. Because he didn't want to go there with the whole Summer of Love thing.
Jesus
this guy's
Christ,
making it racial, and I don't know.
Yeah, this is actually getting like really fucking kind of deep if you think about it.
It is pretty deep. I'm crying. I'm actually got a tear.
I'm waiting for him.
He's saying like. White people are trying to find an excuse to hate on black people because they're jealous of their fucking natural abilities. So they nitpick things like, "Oh, Stephen Fulton, look, you're missing weight." So he's saying Stephen Fulton,
BDA, look at
code and represent for.
Hold on, one at a time.
So divisive and fucking horrible.
Yeah, one at a time.
Look, they slipped him some white food, some of that white man food while he was trying to make weight.
Handsome Mechanics comment.
Which one? The last one
popped up. Yeah.
Yeah, it says the BDA channel was started by black foundational Americans and some Mexicans stole it. Typical. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Absolutely. And we didn't give him any credit.
Brothers, the struggle must go on.
That's essentially what Bradley's saying, man.
Yes.
I mean, let's keep hearing what he's got to say. Look, he looks like he's about to cry, by the way, if you look at him here.
Period.
Yeah, he does. He's like, brother,
even
400 years.
They wish. Even in the damn classroom. Yeah, they don't be teaching these kids about, you know what I'm saying, black history and things like that in school.
Oh man, why is he? You know what happened? Something must have happened to him earlier that day, and that's what put him in that state of mind. Because there's no way he saw the Fulton missing weight, and that's where his mind went. That his brain snapped into it.
I want to see the comments on this.
I gave you
BDA. What are the comments on this? Did you look at that?
You know what? It's because I downloaded the video. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find it here. I'm pretty sure I can, but it's just nowadays they don't let you see that if you're not signed in. You can't see the comment. You can't even play the video. But I can read you the comments. I just can't show them on screen. It's always shit. These are the comments, by the way. It's not me saying this. It's always black guys that don't marry black women that exaggerate on and attack black people for nothing. Ooh. I guess he has to get it off his heart. First of all, he's attacking black people or he's defending black people? Now I'm confused. This guy interpreted it as...
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. A guy missed weight. Now he's talking about we got to be better, 10 times better than them. Like what? What?
He's attacking one guy for not representing the group. He's advocating for the group, but he's like,
so that's what he's
you gotta
doing.
step up and be better.
He went real far. I mean, I forgot. I didn't know if we were talking about boxing anymore.
And
Yeah,
now, like
this dude hits the nail on the head. He says Tim is Fulton is a poor representation to himself, not black people. Absolutely, that's how you. That's a fact.
Amen.
That's a fact. See, there's some sense in the world. Then some guy's like, damn,
like-
Bradley lets out his soul on people. What?
Yeah.
I let my soul out on something.
And it's not soul, you fucking pervert.
Some guy agrees with Tim Bradley, says, when it's a white person being criticized, the narrative is always individualized to that sole person, not the entire group.
I think those Thai guys got all their soul on the back of Tyson Fury after that episode.
Oh man, Solver's won't let it go, man. Solver's he's never gonna let that one go. I'm gonna send you the picture, by the way, Solver, so you can do something with it. I don't know. I'm not saying anything dirty. I'm saying Photoshop or whatever. Somebody says this ain't got. Hey yo. JK says this ain't got shit to do with black fighters. I'll never understand when people say that an individual or a group's own doing is misinterpreting black people. You never see Mexicans or Ricans say that nonsense. Mexicans didn't call Canelo a disgrace to all Mexicans. Exactly. It's because, I mean, look, it's one group doing that too, and sometimes like Bradley is doing it to himself here. It's almost like the guy who I'm trying to bring a guy who goes in there and says, "You guys got to stop calling me a chomo." It's like, what? Nobody called you a chomo. It's like I don't know. It's almost like he's, you know what I mean? It's almost like he's coming out and saying it himself. He's attracting that onto himself. Another guy says, "A black mess up its effects." Okay, I don't know what they're saying. Another guy says, Ray doesn't have to be involved in it, just a bad professional. Yeah, that's all it is. It's Stephen Fulton was a bad professional. Unprofessional.
And it's not like it's a stereotype. It's not like he like fucking I don't know.
It's becoming a stereotype
he got
a little bit.
arrested for selling drugs or fucking skipped out on child support. Like it wasn't no fucking stereotypical shit. He just missed weight. It's not like fucking
no. This is a deeper race issue happening here.
Fat fucks. What?
This is a deep race issue. Let's get in on it. They're motorboating his ass.
Yeah, this is weird, man. Let's keep hearing a little bit. I don't know if we...
Things? Yeah, I'm telling y'all. For real.
Y'all.
I'm telling y'all. For real.
Y'all.
So you waste your damn talent, my man. To some damn Philly cheesesteaks, bruh. Come on.
He sounds like a professor in an inner city school. You know, that one professor that all of them respect. Like a Morgan Freeman looking type guy.
Oh my
Rags,
God.
he
The
went
one,
from
the
like
one that
a
gives the
gangster.
girls like really long hugs for no reason.
It's a movie. It's a Disney movie where he used to be a gangster, but now he's a teacher.
Exactly.
Oh man, stop selling drugs.
Give your head a shake.
My brother.
Love you.
What happened?
That's gonna be the Brian Coster interview one day.
Brother?
I can't take this shit no more.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
I gotta go eat, so I'm jumping.
No, you don't. Well, yeah, I can't finish watching this. I mean, he's screaming. Just, I mean, I don't know what he's doing.
No. You have to play more.
Do
Hold
I?
the line. Hold the line.
All right, hold the line
Yeah.
then. Hold the line.
Hold the line.
I don't see how you can live with yourself. I really don't.
Oh, he's trying to make him. Is he trying?
yourself.
Yeah, is he trying to push him to do something? I don't know. It sounds like it.
You should be dead.
You should just jump off a garage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Man.
Well, I don't know how you're not thinking about killing yourself right now with a knife.
He starts getting ultra specific about it. It's like, I don't know how you cannot put a plastic
About
bag
it.
over your
It's
head.
easy.
I don't understand
It
how you.
doesn't take much pressure.
I don't understand how you can't put a plastic bag over your head, jump into a lake, tie your hands up. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Boy, look, it ain't that hard. I don't know why you're still breathing right now.
Oh man, Fu's on something else, man. Let me tell you. By the way, Fu, what does this expression convey here from Tim Bradley?
Oh, he's talking out of side mouth. You don't want to fuck with him at that point. He looks like he's morphing into something else.
A seal, perhaps?
It looks like Clarissa Shields. Like he's trying to talk like Clarissa Shields.
Exactly. The demon is showing. Right?
That's
You
his
see how his
example of a
face is all
strong black
deformed?
man. That's what he's trying to do. You know, his best strong black man. He's trying to act like Clarissa Shields.
Oh yeah. Look, he looks like he had a stroke. Side mouth. Nah, it looks to me like the demon's starting to come out. Right? Like you can see his face deforming.
And that ain't CGI, by the way.
That's when.
Man,
no, that's not.
I can't find it again. I was gonna pause in the same spot, but I lost it. It was done at random.
Get your ass on some Ozempic.
Still breathing.
Get your ass on some Ozempic. Get your ass on some Ozempic.
What? Okay, he's saying get your ass.
What?
He's saying get your ass on some Ozempic, but he's saying it so fast. It sounds like
Better get your ass on some damn Ozempic or something. Shit. Get your ass on some Ozempic. Get your ass on some Ozempic. Get your ass on some Ozempic. Get your ass on. Get your ass.
Oh, that sounds like this sounds the beginning of a good rap track.
You know, when you said he looked like he was possessed. Now he sounds like he's possessed. He's speaking in tongues. He's like a Shadow Band when he used to start. When Shadow Man started speaking Dracula, remember? He's like, what's going on, man?
Get your ass on some Ozempic. Shit, stop that craving for your ass. Yeah, you're gonna have to do something.
Stop that craving for your ass.
It's over, player. Ain't nobody finna spend and waste no money on your ass no more, bro. All the way. You on a vacation now.
All right, so let's recap everything he said in this short 1 minute video, 3 minute video. So he made it racial when he didn't need to. He started playing victim, saying that he started stereotyping and generalizing, saying that all Afro-Anglos are judged by the sole actions of one person. Then he started playing victim. Then he started telling the other guy, he started suggesting that he might have to off himself. What else did he do?
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
That was insane.
He said that.
It's right there.
He wants this guy dead.
I mean, it's right there on the audio, man. I mean, people can interpret it how they want, but I mean, he said something. And yeah, man, I mean, that's Tim Bradley for you. I mean, that's what happens when you let a guy, especially a guy who went through a lot of wars inside the ring, just give him a microphone.
With yourself.
Give him a microphone and run wild, and you see what happens, man. I tell you. But yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah. I think he should be, maybe if that Son of Homicide guy, he should probably be, Tim Bradley should be taken up on some charges.
If something happens, you're saying, well, there's the precedent for the right. I think that's state dependent, but I don't know.
He basically indirectly telling him to kill himself. He's fat shaming him. He's doing a lot of online bullying.
Oh, fat shaming. Yeah, you can put that in there too as well. You can squeeze that in. Yeah. That's true. That's absolutely correct.
Take some Ozempic or something with your big ass.
Actually, let me read a couple of comments here before we go, man. Shout out to Miso Dionysian says Vicente Fernandez was actually black. Oh yeah, that's true. That's another little known fact. King Butcher says he got pulled over. Yeah, I'm telling you, something happened to Timothy Bradley earlier that day, which he got all hot and bothered. That's why. Yeah. Sergeant says Fulton is mixed though, so that doesn't count. Yeah, there you go. You can tell he's mixed. So maybe that's why Bradley, who's a little bit more.
Is he?
This is the classic. Maybe this is the classic dark skin after Anglo. A little cream. I don't know.
A little cream.
A little cream. Sean Rain says, "I am like
DNA thing with him."
They should. I'm very skeptical of those DNA tests that you put on the mail and all that. I don't know. Sean Rain says, I am like UBDA, not Mexican. I am brown Dutch, and Tim Bradley is a ripoff of Showbiz. What's next? A taco hat? That would be something, man. If Timothy Bradley starts ripping off the goat, I mean, yeah, that would be something. That would be, I don't think he could live that one down. King Butcher says he's doing that Charlo talking with one side of his mouth. Yeah, that's what Fu pointed out, that they're talking out of it. It makes it makes him look more urban. More street.
You know, Showbiz is Mexican. You know that, right? You guys didn't even know that.
I didn't know that, man. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Taco Tuesday.
Marty McSlice says Double Ace can walk a conversation. Double Ace about Miss Wade cut all the way to Rosa Parks. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know why he had to make it racial. Fulton screwed up. It's on him. Nobody. When I saw Stephen Fulton, the first thing that came to my mind, I'll tell you what it was. It was, I wonder if it had something to do with his mother and his family. Because remember that he said that after Inoue knocked him out, his mother said something along the lines of, are you still going to buy me that house? Or something like that, which she immediately made it about the finances. And Stephen Fulton looked heartbroken over that. Like, man, that's all I'm good for these people around me, just money. So I think maybe, I don't know, that's the first thing that came to my mind, that maybe that's what broke him. Never did I think, oh, it's because Afro-Anglos do this, all that. I never made it racial. Never thought crossed my mind. Yeah. But apparently for Bradley, it did. So, I mean, that's on him. Trey Ason says, this is why Tim was fired. Same as Ryan Clark from ESPN. I don't know who that is. Always saying inarticulate rhetoric, phrases, and then playing victim about the consequences. I would have thought that that's what ESPN would reward.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I'm
he is
stereotyping.
like, isn't he? Doesn't he work for ESPN, Bradley?
Well, he's working in some capacity now, either with the Zone or TNT, because he was there on the. What fight was he on there with Crawford and Porter? What was the fight that just recently happened, guys? 3 weeks ago. It was the first event on. I forget. Anyway, I saw him there. He's still in broadcasting. Gods and Glory says, laughing my ass off. Tell him to place a tourniquet over his neck. Yeah, he's giving Fulton ideas like, hey man, just finish it already, man. It's painless. You won't feel anything.
It's not that much pressure.
You'll be with your family.
Just a blade.
You'll see your grandfather again. You'll little Woofy, your dog that died when you were 5 years old. Yeah, you'll meet all of them. It'll be great.
Shave. Look, sometimes you shave a little too hard near the neck, on the neck area.
Sean Rains says, Tim Bradley's a psycho. Just look at him. Darkado says, Bradley the helmet. Okay, now they're just insulting him. Pancho Villa says, I wish I saw this side of Bradley when he was fighting. Bradley is a straight bitch. I mean, now look, he ain't a bitch in the ring, but outside the ring with his views, he's Mason. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. Low key and SJW. That was the Mason card against Abraham Bell. That's the fight that he was there in some capacity. Handsome Mechanic says, is Shadow Band still in the insane asylum? I see him posting every once in a while. I find his new account because he switches up accounts all the time on Twitter, and every once in a while I'm able to find it. And he still last time I saw him, it was a couple of months ago. But I still think Shadow Band's still around, still dodging the vril. They're looking for him though.
Sometimes you shave a little too hard at the straight blade.
Sometimes guns go accidentally off near your temple.
It's understandable.
Sometimes you end up like Brandon Lee. Oh, no, what was the guy's name? Bruce Lee's son who died in the set of the Crow.
Brandon Lee.
Lee, yeah. Sometimes it happens. Guns, accidental gunplay.
Sometimes you pretend the gun, you thought it was empty.
Yeah, man. So that's Timothy Bradley right there going off the deep end. Again, something must have happened to him that day. That's why he went off on that rant. But listen, we got to go. I got to go. It's already 4 o'clock now. We've been on here for a couple hours. Guys, don't forget, we got Hitchens and Bradley fighting later today. We got on the undercard too. What's his name? Blockhead motherfucker. Russian.
Berlanga.
No. Russian dude.
David
Yachenko. Thank you. David Yachenko is going to be taking on an undefeated American, I believe. So that's an interesting one.
Jaleel Hackett.
Jaleel, he's not related to Greg Hackett, is he?
I don't know, but I think he's from that area. He might be. Could be.
He's a fun guy to watch. Both Hacketts, Hackett, the commentator, and Jaleel Hackett. So that should be an interesting one. I've heard some people on Twitter saying that's the fight they're actually looking forward to, because Berlanga against Butler can crack, but I mean he's not all. I mean, if people think Berlanga sucks or that he's a bum, I wonder what they think of Butler. And listen, I'm familiar with Butler because he's from my neck of the woods here in Quebec, and he can crack. He was a good amateur, but he wasn't at the pro level. It's a whole different world. But I'm just telling you, Berlanga better not get careless in there. And by the way, Berlanga really hasn't faced that many punchers. Sheeraz was a puncher. Look what happened to him. Canelo was a puncher, but he fell in love with those sledgehammers and couldn't finish him, and he dropped him. Angulo, what's his name? The Colombian dude. And he almost beat Berlanga. So I'm just saying, watch out. Sheeraz against the other dude. The other dude looks tough and rough, but you never know what's going to happen, especially if they allow Hitchens to clinch. I'm looking forward to the event. It starts probably at around 8. Fu, you're the Zuffa guy. What time does this whole thing start?
Let me check.
Didn't deny that he's a Zuffa guy, by the way. Interesting.
No, I'm not. No, I'm fine with Zuffa. I like Zuffa.
Yeah, I like it too. So far.
They said it wasn't selling, so Fu's very quiet about it. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Shut up.
You know what it is? They hold Zuffa to a different standard. That's just what it is.
Well,
let's keep it real.
On the East Coast, it's starting at 5 p.m. and then the main card starts at 8.
Well, people beat you to the punch already. People are already saying 8 p.m. start time. So
Yeah, we'll probably be live at the taqueria.
fantastic. That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah. So
you know it is.
Well,
We'll be
there's like
hanging
a,
out with
a
Tim
big
Bradley.
prelim show. I think the prelims start in an
hour.
They start hours early.
Yeah, 1 hour from now, 5 o'clock.
The prelims
On the East Coast. Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to give a big shout out to everybody
Yeah,
for
we'll be
joining
watching.
us. Go check it out at Taqueria. It's Never Sobers with a Z at the end. Never Sobers. Never Sobret. Speaking of, because it just reminded me, I wanted Gypsy to jump in, man. I'm curious to hear what he has to. He was on. I jumped on for a little bit there on Sober server, but my audio kept cutting off. I couldn't really hear well. But all I heard was Gypsy talking about how Fury beats AJ. But I wanted to hear more. I couldn't get through. But hopefully he jumps in one of these days. Hopefully he jumps in one of these days.
Gypsy will always say that, okay?
Well, I mean, hey, I want to hear what he has to say.
If Fury could lose both his arms in a car accident and then come back to boxing somehow, and he'd say, "Yeah, I got Fury winning that fight versus AJ."
Handsome Mechanic says, Sobers, your mod put me on a time mod. Do you have mods, Sobers?
I have some lovely mods.
How come I'm not a mod?
You're never in the chat.
I mean, I'm okay. Not lately, but I started out in that. I'm one of the OGs in the. Fuck, I hate that term by the way. But I'm one of the. Yeah.
No, that's because for a long time I didn't have mods, and because I don't want to have. But there's a lot of troll activity.
Just tell me that you sent me a mod thing on that email and I missed it. All right. Just lie to me, please, to make me feel better.
Oh yeah, you weren't tagged in the attachment. Oh, you the CC. Oh, my bad.
It's too late, Sobers. Too late. It's too late. Shout out to Sobers for joining us. Go check out he's there. They're probably gonna go live at La Taqueria. So go check it out. Go join his Discord if you haven't done it. Hey, by the way, I always wanted to ask, how do people join your Discord if you don't? Because it's not like you go live every day. So how do people find the link, or how do people even find your?
You gotta go to the chat and ask for it when I'm live. And that's when I drop it.
Okay, so yeah, so go check out Sobers' YouTube channel, and you'll be able to get in the Discord. There'll probably be a link. He doesn't discriminate. He lets pretty much anybody in. So don't think that, and if you're a troll and you want to try your luck over there, yeah, fine. Try to go over there. You're wasting your time. Frank, boxing with Frank Bay. Shout out to Frank. Boxing with, what's it called now? I always forget. Frank Bay Boxing Talk.
Frank Bay Boxing Talk.
Frank Bay Boxing Talk.
Yeah.
I was on his, I was on there the other day. We had a good discussion. Very good, productive.
Yeah, you can learn something.
It was good, man. It was good. And then obviously Frank had to go because I heard Su Ying knocking on the door. She was unfolding.
That's right.
Unfolding the massage.
Gotta relax on a Friday. That's
Su Ying. Who's he? Woody Allen?
Oh, wait a minute. And
no. Don't put me in that jacket.
I thought Su Ying is Woody Allen's wife.
Well, I said Su Yoon. I think that's what I said. Anyway.
I thought you said Su Ying.
Yeah, that
Ying.
Somebody in the chat says Never Sobers live and reloaded. That's the other. Okay, now it's no wait.
Where's the chicken broccoli?
It's called. It's called Never Sobers live and reloaded now. Is that?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing all the boxing live. That's why I'm doing all the boxing live.
Beef and broccoli.
Conquer.
Beef and broccoli.
Beef and broccoli.
Yeah.
Where's your broccoli?
Yeah. And yeah, that's Food TV there with the racial stereotypes.
What's your order?
There you go.
What's your order?
If you want more racial stereotypes, go check out Food TV. That's the real Food TV, the one and only.
We rub chicken. Well, we rub chicken.
You fucking, I tell you, these guys are
$4.
You're gonna get a shutdown. But shout out to Real Food TV. Go check out his channel. Always fantastic, also as well. So shout out to all of you guys. I want to give a shout out to Revolucion, who was here earlier. Shout out to Revolucion, and I want to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about, who are we talking about? I'm talking about Dark Dog, Sean Ryan, Cottonmouth, Sackle Bulb, Lil Jazz Live, Handsome Mechanic, SJW, Rafa, Rapax Trucking Company, Pancho Villa, King KO the Great, Mexican Boxing, Earl Stevens, shout out to shout out to Earl, Exponer, Loki, who else? Dark Dog, Jump Tube, shout out to Jump Tube, Guts and Glory, Two Matador, Lance Meyer. Guys, if I forgot anybody, it's because I gotta go eat. But shout out to all of you guys for joining. Padukua, Miso Dionysian, shout out to those guys as well. King Bucho keeping an eye on things. We'll try to be back as soon as possible. We've got William Cepeda versus Lamont Roach next week, next Saturday. That should be a good one. A lot to talk about there. It's not pay-per-view, thank the Lord. We also have Conceição taking on Murataya, or as, whatchamacallit? What's his name? Gypsy called him Muratata. Yeah, Muratata. That's going to be an interesting one. Muratata, and
Muratata.
hold on, let me just double check. What else is there that day or close to that? August the 1st, that's next Saturday. Yes, indeed. Lamont Roach, Murataya, Gurgen. Oh, the Gurgen is fighting. That giant ass fat Armenian guy who hits very hard at heavyweight. He's going to be fighting. Yeah, that's it for next week. Excuse me. So shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to Miso Dionysian, Rapax Drunken Company, Trey Ason, number 7, Handsome Mechanic. If I forget anybody, like I said, it's because we got to go. But